I know, man. Forever. I knew I need
been.
to.
Yeah. How's Bobby doing? Don't worry that we're live. We could just talk.
Oh, cold open? Okay, cool. What's up, everyone?
Cold open. I like it.
Yeah.
I got my AC set to cold open.
I like that.
What timing? Cool. I guess I'll just introduce. Hey, it's a Toy Kind of Mood, episode 189, the Hasbro PulseCon review. And of course, we're on the hunt for the M.A.S. device. I'm Travis Moody, your host, with the co-host with the most from GHG, Bobby. What up?
What's up, buddy? Got my new Motu shirt.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Representing. And that's going to be
good.
one of our early featured topics in the toy news.
Yes, it
and
is.
Once again, probably who's been on the show more? Mega J Retro Mike Kaess. It's gonna be close.
That's a toss-up.
Yeah.
I have no idea. How many times have I been on? 3, 4,
5,
10?
6. Yeah, you and Mega J are like probably tied for 5 or 6, but
Yeah,
man,
so.
we love having you, man. How's it going?
Send me my trophy in the mail.
How's it going, Mike?
It's good. It's good. Like I said, I thought I was gonna be late because I got distracted playing Astro Bot on my PlayStation. It's the cutest, dumb, stupid, fun game I've played in a long time.
I've heard it's fun.
It is. It's not hard. It's true. I just beat it, but it's fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Don't ignore that. I'm just putting slides.
Okay.
we
can start like gotta
jump
into loosen up, limber up.
Right. Well, we thank everybody for hanging tough. We couldn't go right at 7. I'm working Mattel Toy Fair, and that's why we can't do a Hasbro show if I'm working Mattel Toy Fair this week. So we're gonna talk Motu stuff. We'll say hi to you guys in a second, but we'll jump right in because we're 20 minutes late-ish past 7. But it is going to be the Hasbro PulseCon 2024. Hasbro. But right away there were some new images. I'll go right to you right away, Bobby. What are you thinking of the new Eternia, new stuff that just got put out there?
I dig it. The He-Man face sculpt looks. Remember that old Genesis video for Land of Confusion where like the puppets were like they were the puppets? That face kind of reminds me of like the melted puppet face. It creeps me the fuck out. That Skeletor is absolutely fantastic. I will get that, put it with my 40th He-Man edition because that looks like a Masterverse version of the origins or the original Motu. I love it. But that He-Man, Jesus.
The He-Man looks like he should be a member of like an Icelandic death metal group.
Oh, that's like
Metalocalypse, yeah.
Yeah.
Like with the eyeliner. He's got eyeliner on.
Well, no, but like his face looks like an upside down pyramid. And so you kind of expected him to be like, I have the power, like a Swedish chef there. It's just the rest of the figure looks fantastic, like neck down. Honestly, you know what? This is one of those things where I would actually pull a Travis. When we went to PowerCon, when the Masterverse figures first came out, that He-Man figure, the face looked like garbage. It did. And we were at PowerCon, and Travis was like, you know what? I'm going to spend $40, and I'm going to get me a new He-Man head. And he did. And it looks fantastic. This is what I would probably do with that.
Why does Mattel... Why are they so bad at making He-Man heads?
I don't know.
It's not the first time. It's not like the 5th time.
No, like okay, so the first one they dropped it looked like garbage. The movie one looked like garbage. There's been a few where like I'm like,
hold on. The vintage one was good. The vintage Masterverse.
The 40th anniversary was the only one I'm gonna say that and the Thunder Punch where the faces looked really, really cool.
Of course.
I feel like Hasbro's made better He-Man faces than Mattel with like Icarus and.
We have to take it easy on bashing Mattel because this week I'm at Toy Fair again. I noticed this now, there's like a lot more people joining the show.
Nothing but love. Yeah, nothing but love. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing but love. But yeah, it's like, man, LA traffic. You've heard about it. experience it once
Mhm.
and you'll move back to Tallahassee. It was bad, man. It was it would go like 7:02. I'm like, okay, cool, 2 minutes late. And then on the way, the roomie's like, hey, totally forgot to ask you to take out, my dog. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I got to warm up food. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of eat on mute because I've been working 12 hours all day. But look, we're starting off Motu during PulseCon. I love how we go to the Flying Fist He-Man to Fisto. A lot of fist action there, Bobby. We got Fisto, and I know you had your eyes on this Evelyn, even though Ashley's right there, and now you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That Fisto and Evelyn both look fantastic. Like, say we take everything I said about that He-Man face and then reverse it and put it with that Fisto. Like that Fisto face, both of them look fantastic. I do love the fact that they gave him both the younger version and then like the older, like the gray stripe, and then the giant, like the fact that his whole arm is one giant
Yeah, he's
metal.
more like Armo, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Like Fist Armo, with his
Yeah.
purple sword and his giant battle axe. And then that Evelyn looks absolutely stunning. Like that Evelyn looks perfect. And yes, she is going to play Evelyn. So, real quick, because I wrote about this last week, Alison Brie is playing Evelyn, and apparently Jared Leto is up for Skeletor.
If that's true, I'm out. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm already out from the premise of the movie. Like I will see
Yeah.
it because I will see He-Man.
It's okay. It's never gonna come out. This is like the 5th or 6th time they've tried to make a He-Man movie.
So,
Well, it's likely going to happen and a big rollout, but we'll see. I mean, I love this comment, right? Count on Ryan, right? Evelyn looks nothing like Alison Brie, so real funny. We got Jared Leto up on the screen right now.
I
Looking
mean,
a little Joker-ish. No, I'm kidding. But this one, dude, in hand, I'm seeing it. I went over and saw it in box, out of box, and this is a must. He's got to join. It's a vintage one. It's got to join E-Man.
100% getting that Skeletor.
Yeah.
Everything about it is absolutely amazing.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I won't lie. This could be a top 10 figure of the year when it comes out. Easily.
Oh yeah. You know what? We'll cut back to Motu. Let's say hi to some folks. Now we had a nice jumping in point. Figure 6-pack. Yeah, first. Cool. I wonder what time and that was before 7. So we're sorry for making you wait. But it all kind of worked out. What was that, Mike?
It says a lot of waiting. Like, that's dedication.
Our fans are dedicated, Mike. Dedicated.
You gotta buy some of those. Where do you get them?
My wallet has filed a restraining order against me. That's all of us. PulseCon's not the problem. It's all the stuff showing up a week or two so after the HasLab. That's so true. Tony, where are these fools? Well, where are you? You could have just took over, man.
Yeah,
Travis
Tony,
said I
come
could
on.
post this in the chat.
I almost did.
Go.
Yeah, I'll go live at 7. Just be a dick.
Because I gave him permission. Toyomic Displays. He's go check out Toyomic Displays. Action Figure Alliance, 9:25 at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. when? Because that you don't want to go up against us because you'll get murdered. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Now, I'm guessing that's 8 p.m. Eastern, right? So probably 2 hours leading into it. So before you start a toy kind of move, go check out Action Figure Alliance with my dude Toyomic Displays, right? So 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, or
Eastern,
whatever.
yep.
8 p.m. Yeah, Eastern. There we go. Cool. All right. Well, too good. I think we got a super chat. That's cool.
We did. Thank you, Justin.
I haven't gotten one of those in like several years. Joking, but I sent a message to Ram and Ace through Instagram about the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Verse head sculpts. They responded by saying they're going to have some more back in stock later this year. That's helpful information, and thanks for the $10 super chat, Justin.
Yes, thank you, Justin.
Do we have a comment from Mike or Bobby about this?
I mean, their head sculpt does look better, but I always have a hard time buying stuff for my toys because that turns like a $25 action figure into like a $40 action figure.
Yep.
Because it's like, do I really want to spend $40 to make it look negligibly better? Like, it is better, but like, is it that much better to be worth it. I mean, it's up to every individual person.
Yeah,
but for me, it's rarely.
That's how I am with oh God, Travis, who do you get all your you and Tony praise?
Well, I was just gonna say, Mike, welcome to a toy kind of mood where half of us or most of us buy Gridiron Studio
Thank
stuff,
you.
and
Yeah.
all of
There
our
you go.
G.I. Joe classified figures
Yeah.
are now $40-$45 because of it, but
Yeah.
it makes it more
Or
fun.
$200 for your vamp.
Oh, my APC is like
Yeah.
$200+ bucks. Hey, but it
Yeah.
did 8,000 people did see it or whatever it is. So
I mean, it looks
that
good. Don't
kinda
get
worked
me
out.
wrong.
Yeah.
It looks great, and for the people that like they want that, that's awesome. But for me, like, I'm happy with just my vamp. Like, it's just a vamp, but that's what I want.
For sure. Well, that's the beauty of options, right? So is this
Yep.
an option for you, Bobby? Flying fist now that you see these face sculpts or these looks?
Is that the same face sculpt? That's different.
Yeah. I know, right?
What the?
Looks a little different than the render.
Yeah, you know what? With that face sculpt, yeah, this is a get for me. This looks less, Norwegian, elfish gothic metal, and more like the Prince of Eternia. Yeah, this would be a get. And he looks like he has cheek fillers. They got good plastic surgery on Eternia. Getting the fat taken out on his cheeks, getting fillers in. Evelyn is aging gracefully. There we go. She doesn't need a plastic surgeon. Might get a little Botox right here and here.
She probably got a little bit of a nip and tuck.
Probably, has to keep Skeletor, happy. That Evelyn is absolutely stunning. It really is. I love the fact that the staff is collapsible, if you will. Or it can just be like a mallet in her hand. I dig it. Ah, that looks fucking badass.
I think I dig the younger head. I don't like the ponytail and like the tiara. What is that?
It's just like a face mask. I don't know. I agree with you. I like the younger head too. But I do dig. I did. Whoa! You can switch the hand out and put
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Grill.
he's got like an ice pick in there.
I was gonna say it's like a pleasure device. Like that's how you get Evelyn.
I was gonna say the guy, the Fisto on the left is Jason Kelsey's face sculpt with Travis Kelsey's body.
Yeah.
But all right, He-Man is hiding his real power sword under there.
That's how he gets Tila.
For this one, huh?
Right
Oh yeah,
there.
look at that. Hello, Baldy. We miss you, brother. All right, cool. And then has anyone tried to use Marvel Legends Kazar's head on Masterverse He-Man? I wonder if that'll work. I haven't seen that.
I'm pretty sure Dan Larson made a He-Man out of Kazar for a little bit.
Oh, I can see that.
That's a guy we're going to be talking about a little later. Your unannounced podcast partner right there. So he had a.
I have been trying to get Dan Larson on this show for the past 3 goddamn years.
Well,
he's notoriously hard.
Ask Mike, and Mike will make a phone call for us.
We'll see.
But no, he had a presence at PulseCon. So
Yes.
talk about it. He-Man Prince Adam hasn't gotten past the bowl cut. Well, maybe the 90s crew cut, but that's it. Cool. All right, let's fly through this. We got Demo Man, Mattel Creations.
Oh, Demo Man looks great.
He does.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow. Oh wait, is it tomorrow? No, next week. I believe the 9/25. I think I have it at. I thought it was going on for some reason. I thought it was going up tomorrow, but I have 9/25 at 9 a.m. noon Eastern. $20.
Okay. He looks. I told Zen he needs to do his beard like this. He needs to put a beard.
Get rid of his lips.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just burn the lips off. Grow the beard out.
Teeth.
Just teeth. Put a bone in it.
Oh, we actually had some great comments that I totally missed out. Does the hammer separate to provide fist options? Don't know. Maybe I can find out.
That's what it looks like. It looks like the end of the hammer is what's on the end of his fist. In the middle one there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So actually, Fisto and Eva Lynn were part of Mattel Toy Fair last year, since everything is a year in advance. So but for some reason, the vintage figures are there now, but not these. These are not there, so I can't
Okay.
even for you, because you're just about hit retail. But here's the different looks of Demo Man. You got the different Skeletor looking faces and stuff with them. So
That looks
Demo
great.
Skelly.
I will
Yeah.
I will pass on this one, but it does look good.
Yeah, those look pretty good.
Yeah.
And then more Mattel. And man, these are cool. Good DC Barbies.
I dig them. I think when I saw on Instagram that Mattel was doing a crossover with Batman, I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you picked the two perfect characters for this.
You picked the lesbian couple. That's good.
Nailed it.
Nailed
I was
it.
gonna say last week we were talking about Taylor Swift for 20 minutes and 120 people watching, so I figured we can get away with DC Barbies, can't we?
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
I need to jump back on Harley Quinn. I fell off. I need to get back on it. That and
Yeah.
Kite Man.
Oh, well, I know Mike likes Jada toys because he had a
Oh,
video
my God.
called "Let's Talk About Jada Toys" and like everybody watched it. So I'll go to you, Mike. Guile, he's the one going up for pre-order tomorrow. That's it. Guile goes up
Yep.
for pre-order tomorrow. Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Story, you know what to do. And then Demo Man is next week on Mattel Creations at 9:25. But talk about Guile first.
I mean, I'm excited for this. I'm down. I'm getting all of them. The fact that he comes with a comb, I didn't even know that. I'm learning that right now. I'm in. This is everything. Like, I want the whole roster, but this is one of the big ones I was looking forward to. So I love these figures so much. They're buttery smooth. They almost pose themselves. Like, I haven't been able to put them in a bad pose at all.
Great call.
Travis, I gotta call out this comment. I like this. It's beguiling.
That's
For
good.
sure.
That's a profit.
Look,
It's good.
I will pre-order this. Like I joked in the chat, Travis. Like his hair is ridiculous. It's like someone put him it's like someone turned him upside down and like used him to like buff the floors, like a janitor would.
Nice.
And I think we don't think about how ridiculous it looks in the video game because it looks like, oh, okay, like his hair is just kind of popping.
You're just seeing it two-dimensionally in the video game is the
exactly.
problem.
This almost looks like he had like a hat on, like a flat hat. Travis, we see you eating in the green screen. We see you. I've got Fei Long, I got Ryu, I got Chun-Li, I got Ken. I pre-ordered Cammy. I'll get Dawson later, but I'm gonna get Guile because Guile was my second go-to person. When my brother would beat me with Chun-Li, he beat me with I'd be Ryu, he beat me somehow. I have to switch to Guile and just beat him as much as I could before I started cheating again with Chun-Li.
You know, if Hasbro were making this one, he'd be deluxe because of those pants.
Yeah. And the comb. That's funny, Wardress. Man, yeah, I'll get this. This looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in, awesome. And I'm afraid for any other fighting game that they do because like these are I can't properly express even when I did like a 20 or whatever minute video on them. Yeah. I can't express how much I love these figures. Like I'm a Hasbro fanboy. I'm sitting in a room full of mostly Transformers and G.I. Joe and Star Wars. Jada Toys has my cold, dead heart in its hands.
Just beating.
Yeah. No, it's dead. It's not beating.
Like, yes, it's the ears coming down. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Good evening, Blitz. And then, did they ever make a 6-inch Van Damme Guile?
No. I don't think so.
No. Okay. No movie. No 6-inch.
Yeah, they haven't done any Street Fighter the movie figures.
More Tekken for sure. I jump on Tekken. I jump on Mortal Kombat.
I do any any Capcom, like if they did
Darkstalkers.
exactly, Darkstalkers, no problem. They moved on to Mortal Kombat. Love that.
His pecs are gross.
Yeah.
He's got that
I
wide,
would
like old
I'd
wrestler
argue
from
all
the
pecs are
80s.
gross.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait for a Sagat. Yeah, that's going to be a big one. Yeah, good stuff there. But Deadpool, Mezco, we got this coming out. Lots of hands. Yeah, if you're a fan of hands, you're going to want this one, right? But more importantly, we got Dogpool, Peggy.
Aw, she found her papa. You know how I feel about Mezco, Trav. Like this,
Yeah.
it looks good, but holding it in hand, it's gonna be like he's wearing pajamas. Dogpool does look adorable. But
does that actually hold on? Does that actually have Logan's image in the?
I hope so.
That would be sick. Wait, we'll have to look at the accessories again. Let's see. No,
It doesn't
that was
show
just
up.
no, that was a camera trick. Because that would be a seller right there. If you could get that.
Oh,
like,
you know why?
that-
You know why it's Wolverine? Because in that shot you see the wolf. So they're coming out
with
with
a claw. Yeah.
they're coming out
makes
the Deadpool Wolverine.
a tease.
I don't think this looks good at all. I think this looks awful. It looks like a Mego figure. Like
Thank you.
I don't think this.
That's why I don't like them. Oh my God, Mike! Thank you.
I just don't think these look good at all.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm here. Trev, pull me up real quick. So Mike made a great point. This I got for $5 in a session. Essentially, I got him with the Riddler for 10. This is fun. This is cheeky. This is cheap. This is kind of what Mezco looks like to me. Thank you, Mike. Oh my God.
It's that Mezco look with that price tag attached. Just a big old no, thank you.
They were like, oh, here's like this for $95. It's like I got this for $5, and it's fine. Like, but it doesn't have like 15 hands and like batarangs. I'm like, he does the batutsi. That's fine. See, oh, come chum, let's go. It's like no.
I wish I had your opinions because I'd be so much richer not buying Mezco. They're so expensive, but I don't know. I just, even though I hate them as a company, I swear they suck the way they operate, but they just make stuff that I like.
That's fair. That's fair. But like, this is like, whenever I have seen a Mezco in picture, I've gone, oh, that looks great. That looks great. Blah, 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 blah. Then I get it in hand, and I'm like, "What is this bullshit?" Like, I'm sorry. I'm make sure there we go. I'm plugged into my internet. Whenever I see it in hand, I'm like, "This isn't $100. This is 20."
Sometimes it is.
This is 20.
Depends what it comes.
The fact that they're 6-inch figures also really hurts. Like if they were like Hot Toys or something, or like an 8-inch scale or something. But like being 6-inch just is weird.
I know. I am full of hypocrisy with the price point because I have M.A.S.S, okay? But M.A.S.S doesn't look cheap with the suits. Like the suits look cheapish sometimes.
But it's like, how long are they going to last? Like, is the stitching going to start falling apart? We know the 89 Batman didn't last very long before they started tearing at the seams.
Oh, did it really? Ooh.
I didn't see any
because they have that
wow.
weird body. They have that weird body
with the powder,
so
like a powder thing, and then you have to spray like some kind of crazy wax from like a car wax on it to get it to work. Look, we'll just sum this up as $100, of course. It will release sometime between February and April, and they've now caught up after COVID. Remember, like everything was like a year, and they haven't really missed. And actually, some stuff got pushed way up. So as far as releases, that isn't one of the reasons why I dislike them. Because that was the main reason back in the day, but now I think they're pretty good on that. You'll get it, before the spring. the end of spring of 25 for sure. But yeah, it's not for everybody, right? But let's get to some comments and then we can get into PulseCon. Sorry about the close up.
I will
War
say,
Chest. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I regret not getting the Mezco turtles. I'll say that.
Okay.
Fair.
I regret passing on those 100%.
My figures of the year so far. I don't think anything will touch it. Could be figures of like freaking decade. They're so good. Fistor is gearing up to work through some emotional baggage with that crystal he picked up from a hippie shop in Denver while on vacation. Does he recharge it in the river or by the moonlight? Wow.
Moonlight.
No, that's a lot of pros right there. I appreciate that. And then War Chest follows up. Gal looks like the only lesbian who survived the fire. My goodness, killing it. And then capitalizing on Jada's guile and stuff. Like I said last week and every week, Darkstalkers, Soul Calibur, Killer Instinct. Sure, bring all the fighting games to Jada.
Sign me up for Mitsurugi. I'm in for Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah, and either Guile or Captain Sawada. What the hell is Captain Sawada? All right, cool, fun stuff right there. All right, let's get to the PulseCon thing. I just wanted your overall thoughts. I'll go to Mike, you're our guest, just on PulseCon. No specific. We're gonna go through everything, so no specific toy stuff, but just kind of
Sure.
an overall thoughts on how it went and what it was for you.
Overall, it seemed rushed and like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think Star Wars had the best showing of all of them. I think Star Wars, and that's weird because that never happens. But I think Star Wars reveals beat the pants off of everything for me.
Right.
I won't lie. Mike is reading my mind. Mike is in my mind. No,
Mike's in all our minds.
I
Kind of a spoiler alert for later, but then it gives you more intrigue to stay and see us actually not talk super great about G.I. Joe for once. But so
I don't want to not talk great about G.I. Joe.
No.
Like I want to fan gush over this. I want to fan gush over everything. But I feel like they were like, oh, it was like me doing a book report or something in high school where it's like, oh crap, tomorrow this is due tomorrow, crap, and like I just throw stuff together. Like I didn't read the book, but I'm giving you a synopsis, I guess.
I got the cliff notes. Okay,
Yeah.
It's like 7:30 in the morning. You're like there at the library and like trying to like type it out really quick. Like shut up, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to write this. Shut up.
Just some notes real quick. PulseCon, I mean, it went from 2 days to 3 hours. You know, that's just like a thing, trying to condense it, but then still keep the fluff. That's the thing. If you're gonna 2 days and there's a lot of commercials and video games and comics and tie-ins with movie actors and all this stuff, great, 2 days. But 3 hours and you're still including that stuff, that's a major problem for me. How did that time difference feel, Mike? Going from the 2 days where you'd have 6+ hours, maybe 8, I don't remember, but five minimum a day to this 3 hours and like 15 minutes.
Well, so I've always been of the opinion when they have like big reveals like this, unless you do something special, I mean, this could be an email. And unless you're telling me, like, I want to know about the background of the figure. Like, why did you choose it? What went into it? Tell me that stuff. But like, if you're just saying, okay, next we're revealing this character, like you could literally just email that to me and I'd have the exact same effect. It wouldn't be different. Just tell me when and where to pre-order it.
I like this one. The dog ate my render reveals. That's pretty awesome. I mean, what else we got for notes? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, all right. Let's see if we can dig it.
Don't get me started on Jordan. Don't get me started on Jordan Hembro. Don't get me started.
Well, we will. We have a second. We have a whole segment on Jordan Hembro, but right now, let's talk about this. You're a Pulse Premium member. You're paying whatever it is, $50 a year, and then this happens to you, and then you have to try to order it at 2 with the peasants,
the common folk.
But yeah, this literally happened. I think you could buy Starduster and maybe the exclusives, but if you tried to buy any of the mainline stuff, this is the note we had. And I was with Steve Ozer, we're at Mattel Toy Fair from WWE Global Marketing, and he's a big fan of everything Hasbro as well. And he was like, yeah, whatever, at a massive pre-order, and he was like, oh, I guess I'm stuck on this. And we kept refreshing like every 10 minutes. And
Yep.
right up there was like 201 at work.
For me, it went up about 5 minutes before. But so I got my 2 staps that's like all I really, really, really wanted. Right away, went through, no problem. And then the rest of the stuff I wanted, and I was ordering things for other people because I'm a premium member. So like people are like, "Hey, order this for me," and then they send me the money because I get free shipping. And it just like it was so frustrating just sitting there refreshing because you can't do anything else. Like that's all you're doing. You can't go like do other things. Like,
Yeah,
that's all I want.
yeah. Cool. All right, let's move on. Let's see. We got some comments. Tell me about Zandar Scar. We'll get into that. We're gonna dig into each one. Toy Bounty. Why was there pre-recorded stuff like D&D and Magic during a live show? I love that you brought that up. That was next to my notes. Ronnie LaCure is not here to talk Magic. We're probably not gonna. We're just gonna focus on what we normally do. So we're gonna it's gonna be Star Wars and Transformers and stuff like that, and G.I. Joe and Marvel. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, I haven't, you didn't ask me anything, so I might as well interject. I'm fucking with you.
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. Go ahead, please.
Look, I will say that about D&D. I'm very happy that it's getting like a little bit of a resurgence with the nerds, and geeks. I mean, Deborah and Wall, the Punisher. What's his name? I'm blanking.
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal. She was on his show saying why she loves D&D, and she got him hooked on it. Like I like the fact that these things that are even deep cuts for us. Like I've never really played D&D. I've played other RPG games. That were looked down upon for so long are getting this like minor resurgence, or not like minor, but like not a huge, but it's something. I dig it. Granted, I love the movie. The figures didn't do shit, but I love the movie.
Right. Yeah, the movie was a success. That's true. And they didn't really I think they tried to capitalize on it, and it didn't hit. I don't know. Yeah. Mike, do you have follow-up on that?
I love the movie.
Movies,
I love the movie. So I've seen it like 8 times. Once they put it on streaming, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
It's like my comfort movie. It's there's nothing to not like about that movie. It's perfectly silly, but it's still good. Like I don't understand how anyone could watch it and not enjoy it if you like nerdy stuff. I guess
if you like, say. even if you're not a fan of nerdy stuff, but you still like good, like this scene with the grave. Ask me 3 questions. Are you sure?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. Questions? Yeah. Is that what we're here?
Yes. The scene where he's distracting them with the song, but then he starts melting because the spell goes wrong, and his like jaw goes like that. It just gets me every time.
The bridge.
And then
there's so many good things about that movie.
Sometimes I'll just yell out Jonathan, like for no reason. I'm just like Jonathan.
What happened to Toy Kind of Mood? They're talking about Taylor Swift. They're talking about Barbie. They're talking about D&D. What happened? They fell off. But Bobby, I'm sticking with you, Bobby. So take that sip, because I want your opinion on Tony's Fig's best friend, Jordan Hembro. He's got the D&D background.
I will say this. So I met him here in Houston years ago. Seemed cool. I mean, seemed like a nice guy. Used to love his show Toy Hunter. I skipped over all of that. All of it. I just fast forwarded through it. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I just fast forwarded. I don't.
Jonathan?
Care.
Who's Jonathan?
I think it means Jordan.
Jordan. Sorry.
I love you. What's your name?
Well, it's been like a decade. Go fuck yourself. But
yeah, I know.
No, but I mean, like I love this show. But yeah, I just don't understand. No, I'm not. I don't. There's no hate.
He's standing up for his homie.
No, I love this show. I have actually bought a Toy Hunter shirt when he was here in Houston because I thought it was a really cool shirt.
What up, Sherlock Pratt?
But when he was talking, like, but here's the thing though, with PulseCon, I fast forward over all the fluff. I don't care.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
You're not alone
So
in that.
you know, I just I have nothing. Cool dude when I met him. Loved his show, but fast forwarded when he was talking on PulseCon.
Again,
Yep.
you just want an email. Like, you just care
Yeah.
about the information. But, like, the whole point of doing a live show like this is the fluff. The presentation is the point of why they do this.
Right.
So, like if you're just gonna be like, oh, why? I just don't want the talking. I just want the reveals. Like, you just want to get an email with pictures and lists. That's all you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just
No,
saying.
dude.
Like, I feel like
Yeah, and well, for me, and this is just my take on it is that when they do the live streams, whether it is Transformers, whether it is G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, Transformers, what have you, the reason I like watching though is because they are succinct and they G.I. Joe will do a live stream. You'll get 30 minutes. You'll get name drops, render reveals, prototypes. You'll get all that stuff in 30 minutes. I don't stray from what works. Do it. Just do that. I don't need the fluff in PulseCon. If you want to do Jordan going, hey, here's this, cool. But move it on. Move it on.
Yeah.
Don't need here's trivia. I don't give a shit if I'm competing with someone else.
Well,
that was a big miss for me.
Yeah, let me jump on the trivia thing because to me, and I was talking to guys at Mattel about their Mattel creation stuff, and I'm like, unless you have a live studio audience or you're sitting here like this interacting with a live chat, there's no reason for any of those fucking shows to be live.
No.
It is. Yeah. And then I talked to them and they had quick answers. They were like, nobody wants to edit them. They're Mattel and Hasbro are $1 billion corporations. You can get free interns who are 60 times better at editing than I am my own videos, and I can edit a whole like an hour review in whatever, a couple hours. You can get 3 hours of footage you can get from a couple of interns like during the day really quick and a quick turnover. There's no excuse, but that was the reason they said nobody wants to edit. We do it live so we could just throw it up there. But then the mistakes are there that we're going to get into. It's like all these, there's no reason why are they live? And then before I forget, and I'll get to all right, Bobby, why do you think the live thing? What's the deal with that? And editing.
Well, I was gonna real quick. I like Sean's comment here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we need. I think we definitely need. G.I. Joe definitely needed Emily.
Well, yeah, we'll get to
She's
that
not
when we
part
get
of
to G.I. Joe
anymore, though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll save the comment for when we get to G.I. Joe. But yeah, go ahead.
But the whole thing about the live is that they're trying to, I guess, capture the energy. But when there's no energy there, you can't.
There's nothing to capture.
Yeah, it's you can't capture nothing. Like what? Well, you're like, well, divided by 0, you get 0. There was no energy there. Even with Marvel Legends, Dwight and Ryan did a really good job. No ifs, ands, or buts. But not having Dan, there was that missing aspect. There was something missing.
For sure.
So I think that doing it live, and again, I get why for them it's like, oh, we're gonna save what, a few $100 getting interns when they could do it for free. But doing it live, I feel that there is just you're not going to capture something unless
it wasn't produced well.
No, it wasn't. But like you said, unless you're doing it like this, where it's like, oh, we're just talking to each other. It's like, hi everyone, here is this figure. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay.
All right. Mike, I think we might have missed this. I thought you were gonna go ham on our friend Jordan here. He's not really our friend, so you can go ham.
Okay. He just had real big how you do, fellow children kind of energy, where he didn't feel like he belonged there.
No.
But what really got me was just the weird comments he made towards that poor intern, talking about how she looked so good and she looked like she was wearing like was it like a schoolgirl outfit or something?
Wait,
I'm
they
just like,
missed
oh
it.
my,
Wait, this was a thing? I
yeah.
missed
Someone
it
actually,
Oh
someone
yeah.
actually,
completely.
hold on. Someone actually made this comment. Hold on, where is it?
I'm
Damn
like,
it.
get her away from him. I don't.
Oh my goodness, that's
It was
wow.
Oh, here we go.
weird.
Here we go. Yeah, right here. Sean, the host was a real creep. Talking about a
Yes,
school outfit on one of the employees was nuts.
On air
100%.
live
Yeah,
on
on
a
air
billion
live. Yeah.
dollar corporation with all that
Yep.
human
Ooh,
Yep.
resources and all those
Yep.
forms you got to fill out when you get a job. That's
100%.
unbelievable there. We're not trying to get him fired or anything, but geesh, that's something
I
else
feel
right there.
bad for him. It's some people just don't work live. Like,
No, they don't. Also,
Yeah.
I won't lie. I didn't even realize that was Jordan because look, his face was like this.
yeah.
So I mean, I guess he had like a facelift or something, or something, but like the Botox wasn't Botoxing for him. It looked weird.
So, my job, like my real big person job that I do to
My
make
adult
money,
job.
is to produce webinars for a big company,
Oh, really?
and they're all 100% pre-recorded because
Yeah.
specifically because of those things. My job is to edit them
Yeah.
to make them feel live, but like you don't have to worry about that stuff that can break
Mistakes and
Yeah.
stuff.
and
Yeah.
mistakes. Like
Yeah.
everything goes well, and then you can just have people
Yeah.
in chat, like interacting, answering questions or whatever. But like that's specifically why we do pre-recorded webinars.
Dude, I won't lie. I won't lie. I did when I used to teach every I think every year at the beginning we had to do like webinars, and one of them was sexual harassment. It was like, can you compliment Debbie's sweater? Yes. Like, yes, you can, but you can't compliment her breasts. I'm like, I wouldn't compliment her. Why would I do that? Like, Jesus.
He writes
Look,
DEI webinars. Oh man.
Okay.
okay. Next one.
Yeah. I don't know what that it's
Swing and a
all
miss.
about.
It's
But
okay.
look, here's a good one right here because this goes to my next comment. Feels like
For
PulseCon
sure.
is being phased out.
For sure.
Post-COVID, it may not be necessary. Are we just
I
taking
agree.
this way too seriously? I mean, we're
No,
a
I
toy
agree with
news
that.
podcast, and this is the big
Yeah.
news of the week. And at the end of the day, Hasbro is treating PulseCon like a Super Bowl, a World Series, like a Comic-Con level thing, and it was 3 hours long, not a whole giant weekend. So you're going to get the crap kicked out of you because you treated it that way. If you just, hey, tomorrow we're just doing a quick, 3-hour digital thing with all our fall preview or something, then we wouldn't be going this ham on it, I don't think.
I don't feel it's being phased out per se because again it is getting a lot of notice. It's getting a lot of traction. It has people talking about it and the products thereof. But I do think that it's definitely getting like, all right, well, we don't need to do like a whole weekend. We don't need that's so much money. If you want to see more stuff, come to I don't know, San Diego. It just I feel like y'all said it was poorly produced, it was poorly scripted. If there was, and then I feel the trivia and the fluff. I felt it was like a
Right.
bunch of old white dudes in around a table going, "Hey, what are the nerds like? They like the fucking questions, right? Give them more questions." And you're like,
Well, that's why they went live, so they could do live trivia, which is just ridiculous to have all that mistakes for the live trivia thing. Let's cut into the pre-show. That was a sham as well, and we did get a look at ROM on the right, and that's the renders on the left.
Well, if
Marvel
you can
Legends.
watch it, you got to look at it.
So how did that even? I didn't bother watching it. Did you get an email with a Zoom link or what?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I never got
Right.
it. I'm a Pulse member. I'm a premium member. I never got anything. I messaged Yak Face, who's a big Star Wars guy. He also does G.I.
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
on a different
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, did I miss the email? And he's like, oh, here. And he sent me a link to register for the Zoom. And I did, but I never got an email confirming that. And then I don't know. I just heard about it from other people.
yeah, I had no idea.
Yep. This could well, exactly what Mike said. This could have all been an email. I like this comment from Sean Forster because this was my last piece of the notes before we dive into the figures.
Yeah.
Because I just have like, is it my question was, is Hasbro trying to spread things out? And yeah, it's because they have MCM London, they got New York Comic Con, they got 1027. So where before it was like, okay, we're stuck in the house, COVID, like Baldy said, connecting that. Well, so let's make a major PulseCon. Comic Con was like, what are we doing at Comic Con? We're not sure, blah, blah, blah. Everything's last minute. So now they're just spreading things out throughout the year. And then of course they want to with their media partners, comicbook.com and big time YouTube guys like Mike Kaess that are going to, preview stuff like that. But yeah, they don't want to, do the PulseCon of past, which was Comic-Con level stuff. I mean, it definitely is going to be phased out sooner or later to an afterthought. I believe that seems to be the way it's going.
Yeah, I mean, when PulseCon was big, it was because there weren't other conventions.
Yeah.
That was it. There wasn't a San Diego Comic-Con. Like, there was PulseCon because all the conventions had been canceled.
Yeah.
Now those conventions are back. Do we need it? Probably not.
No.
Right. Yeah, and all the comments flying in. We got all the stuff I just mentioned.
I mean, to be honest, I watched a quarter of this of PulseCon because I mean, all I really give a shit about is the reveals, what is being shown. And I was watching G.I. Joe. I'm like, all right, this is cool. Okay. All right. Then everything I'm like, up. Pass. Oh, Marvel Legends. All right, I'll watch this. Everything else, like Trav in the chat, I think it was Spec who like showing picture, or KJ was showing a picture of the Star Wars. I'm like, oh, maybe I should rewind and watch some of this. So let me fast forward and watch some of this. All right, let me check it out. And then I was watching TV and working.
Gotcha. All right, shall we at least talk about the toys now?
Sure. I like toys.
I think that's what we'll do, and then we could wrap it up and save our whiskeys, overall whiskey scores for later. I have to feed this dog because he's whining in the background. I gave him a snack; it wasn't enough. So in the meantime, Bobby, if you want to just take over this segment, we've got the retro Spider-Man figs, the animated set. But it's the final set in the '94, and kind of zoom through this, and I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. So look, Mike, I don't know about you. You watch the show. I hate 2-packs, but this Spider-Man is actually. I do love this. I love the Spider-Man only for the fact that it has like a flat mask with it, and like you can hold it.
Like, sure. Yeah.
That is the only reason I'm digging this. Moody's on that doesn't matter. But look, how do you feel about this 2-pack? Oh, let me ask you this: have you been getting the 2-packs?
No, not at all. I collected the X-Men VHS box sets, but when they switched over to Spider-Man, I don't need that many Spider-Man characters. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I like this one. If any of the ones I would buy, it'd probably be this one. Because I do think that Spider-Man looks good. Like like you said, I like the mask, but I just don't like the Vulture. Either version. I think it's cool they gave you like the old man, young man version.
I know.
But I just don't care about the Vulture enough to spend that much money on it.
Yeah, okay, so and look, you do get the Ben Reilly head. That's awesome.
Yeah, cool.
And once again, God, every time we discuss a Spider-Man figure, I bring this up because God damn it, just give me one webbing. Give me something. You've got the mold. Just pour the clear goop into it and give me some goddamn webbing, okay? But look, I feel that they kind of dropped the ball. Oh, Flash Thompson. I'm sorry. It is Flash Thompson. I thought it was Ben Reilly for some reason. It's Flash Thompson. It should have been Ben Reilly. But I'm reading the books, and Ben Reilly's a dick right now. But I feel that they kind of dropped the ball because I feel that Spider-Man should have been with Green Goblin and put the Vulture with Mary Jane.
Sure. That makes more sense.
Right? Thank you. Because look, I've got my Mary Jane somewhere. I've got Green Goblin up on the. I don't know where I put Mary Jane. My behind me is a mess. Putting Daredevil with Hydro Man, that's weird. I don't get it. But yeah. Oh, but here we go. A Spider Sense. like no, like
Sure.
like a head with like a little. That would have all been perfect. I know Tony got that Daredevil and he took up the cell shading, fine. But putting this Spider-Man with Vulture, it just felt, I don't know, kind of weird. Also, this
I
Vulture,
think it's weird that they don't all have cell shading. Like, why have cell shading on a couple of the figures in this line
that's a,
and not on all of them? Because
like
I
Spider-Man
feel
has no
like,
cell shading.
yeah. I feel like now it doesn't match the rest of the figures. If you want to display all the, like, these are all my Spider-Man,
Yeah,
94 figures, like, none of them, they don't all match now. It's weird.
at all. It's weird. Like I don't, and also I don't like this version of Vulture, which that's just me. I get it's a cartoon. I just don't like that version of the Vulture. I like that like 1960s Steve Ditko version.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just I don't. The only reason I'm not buying this is because I've got the what was it? The Spider-Man. Oh, what was the? I'm blanking. I'm having a bad night. The last Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland film.
No Way
Way
Home.
Home.
No Way Home. Thank you. I bought that Spider-Man, the Tom Holland one. That one's is a perfect 616 Spider-Man.
They were great.
They were great. Other than that, like I don't like it's fan. It looks great. He looks cool as shit. I love that Peter Parker head. But yeah, I don't need any of this.
I don't have any of them either. I have none. I'm happy with that.
Again, I hate the fact that they did 2-packs. The X-Men VH1, like VHS tapes, like Mike was talking about, were single packs. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but they're smart business moves. I think if you look at each box, there's characters people really wanted, and then you're forced to buy characters that are like in message boards that deep cut requests and stuff. So,
Well,
I mean, then they're covering all the animated series in 7 boxes instead of 14. So, I mean, that's kind of cool too, but it wasn't for me.
and granted, you by doing that, you make sure that there aren't ones going to Ross or Ollie's. But like,
100%.
the only reason I got Green Goblin Mary Jane was because it was on sale for $25 on Hasbro Pulse. That was it. It was during the sale. I'm like, oh, I don't have a Green Goblin. I need that Green Goblin. Did my wife yell at me for buying a toy? 100%. I was like, I got it on sale though. She's like, I don't give a shit.
I always just say, "Oh, I pre-ordered this months ago. So long ago. This is old news."
So here's Mike. Here's the downfall to me. Here's why that doesn't work for me anymore. Because my wife, there's a manga artist, Junji Ito, horror. Obviously, my wife's a big horror fan. She started pre-ordering his books, so now she knows how fucking pre-orders work. So now when I say, "Oh, I pre-ordered that," she's like, "Oh, I know when it comes out." I'm like, "God damn it, damn it!"
All right. Well, we're an hour into the show almost. Let's
Okay.
wrap up Marvel Legends with the next segment.
Okay.
Let's see. Only because we got like 17 more hours to go. We're bashing PulseCon for being too short, and then we're gonna 2 days.
We're going longer than PulseCon was.
Well, we already did. Secret Wars, though. I'll go to Mike. What was the impact of that for you? I mean, just seeing the new wave.
I mean, it's cool. I like what they're doing. I wish that the little shield things were lenticular, but I mean, I could safely pass on all of these. I mean, the brown suit Wolverine is probably the only one I would want. I don't even know who the Beyonder is, honestly.
Really?
Like,
Oh, good villain.
This is like the 100th black suit Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Captain America we've had in the line.
True.
Like, it's cool to see Titania. It's cool to get a brown suit Wolverine on that new Bonnie, but like it's fine. It didn't wow me.
Look, I'm gonna. God damn it! Hold on, I got figures falling.
I like seeing Spider-Man's crotch peek out from his chest on that picture.
Even though it is the back foot, back toe, it does look like the crotch.
No, that's a crotch. That's his crotch piece. His back toe's way over.
Yeah.
Oh, the one on the left. Okay.
No, this is why the Iron Man kind of pissed me off. Like it was literally just this one. It's just
Yeah.
this. That's all it is with roller skates. Like I didn't like. We already got this Iron Man. Literally.
Is that pinless? Is that pinless? Because this is pinless.
These are pinless though. Everything is. So it's a whole new world,
She's
bro.
got a new hat.
It's a new hat. That's all it is. Malibu
And
Stacy
some
has a
people,
new
some
hat.
people dig that. I read nothing but respect for that. I don't care enough to spend the money on characters again for that.
Well, we haven't gotten the Spidey face in either a long time or ever, right? The classic Secret Wars black version. This one looks different than the black Spider-Man we've got. I think face is new.
It has a meaner looking face. That's
Well, it has
no,
new
I don't-
arms too. We don't. Yeah, those are not the arms from.
He got pinless. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't like.
No.
Yeah, the face on the right. That's a new head sculpt.
Yeah, then one on the right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a new head sculpt. Does it look cool? Yes. If I didn't already have one, would I get this? Yes. But it. I just feel it's like an easy cash grab. That's just, I don't know. It felt like, oh, like we already said, it's a new hat.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments about this. Only got all the versions. Iron Man needed the arc reactor to be yellow. Yeah, they're getting that one wrong. Pinless symbiote Spidey is pretty sweet and long overdue. I think the Spidey was definitely
looks
one
good.
of the faves.
Yeah.
No, it looks great. And if I didn't already have him, I'd get this, but I already have him. So I'm like, I don't need
no
two.
art. Yeah. No, it's a smaller Spidey. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And then what? So you like these shields, Mike?
I mean, that's the thing that felt like retro to me. Like that's what I remember from the original thing. So I'm like, that's cool.
That was great. Agreed. Yeah. That I liked. Yeah.
And that's the set. What do you think of the packaging, Bobby?
I when I saw that, I was like, God damn them. That is perfect packaging. Perfect packaging. Straight up like the old school. I still remember having my Captain America with his like lenticular shield. Yeah, I love when Marvel does like I hate it because I don't open these because the packaging is just so nice. But I love when they do this, like that Death Head that they did for San Diego. I don't give a shit about Death Head, but you know what? That packaging was a chef's kiss. The 97 X-Men, like I bought this one. I still haven't opened him up. Like I still have him in the packaging. Why? Because the packaging looks so. I love this. Fuck you, Hasbro. Like if there was just
that's a great figure to play with and pose a Scarlet Spider too.
Oh,
It's
I
a good
know.
one.
But like literally, like dude, literally look at the body. Look at this to the body. It is
but
literally
it's not pinless. This is pinless with roller skates. Otherwise, isn't this supposed to be James Rhodes anyway? We should have gotten a roadie face.
we should have. Yes.
Right. So
yeah. And
I'm with you though. It's the same character. It's the same. I mean, just without the
it's
they could have added
literally
the head sculpt.
It's just not even a new head sculpt. It's just pinless. So like 3.
Yeah.
It's like and they gave him the gun. I'm like, all right, so
Yep.
Iron Man's blasting away, but and
So
honestly, honestly, if I didn't already have that Iron Man, I would.
Why wouldn't Iron Man have skates?
Yeah, he likes to have a good time. It was the 80s. You know how much cocaine they were doing? It's okay.
That's a great answer, but do we know the serious answer?
It's a
It was a comic callback.
Yeah.
Comic
It was a
callback.
comic
Cool.
callback,
Thank
yeah.
you, Charlotte. Appreciate that. All right, Cap though. I think this is the winner of the wave, just based on the damn face sculpt and the broken shield.
This is a tie. this is a tie for me between this one and that John Byrne Wolverine. But I love the broken shield. That you know what? I'll tell you this: if they had done the Wolverine with the clip-on claws, that would have won. But it's a tie because this cap with the broken shield is just it looks so good. It looks so good.
Yeah. Mike, you like it?
I mean, sure. I love a good cap. I just don't need another cap in my collection.
Yeah. This one looks good, and I don't remember that smiling face sculpt with that anniversary cap we got. This seems different to me.
It is different. Who did Harding Studio said that he did this face sculpt for the 20th anniversary, and they didn't use it, so they used it for this one.
Oh, beautiful. Look at you. Inside info, and there's the shield. I know the comments like, why can't we just get a regular shield too? But if you're collecting Marvel Legends, I mean, you're gonna have like
You've got shields.
Yeah.
a lot
You've
of
got
them, and then
shields.
yeah, and that's kind of their way of giving you a new shield without having to raise the price a little bit. So
yeah,
I just know I'm gonna lose. I'd lose those extra pieces of that shield so fast.
Do you know how hard it is for me to keep my in-game cap with his broken shield? I have to like make sure that the shield like moves along with him. It's annoying, I say. Yeah, this is a great way for you to start jumping on. That's a perfect cap.
Yep, agreed.
for sure. Let's see what.
Okay, I don't want anyone to think I'm being overly negative. I don't hate that these exist. I just don't need them. That's all. It's all. I'm not mad that they're making them or anything. Like,
oh, neither am I.
I'm happy to save money, I guess.
Same. Like I said, if I didn't have that Spidey, if I didn't have that Iron Man, if I didn't have the 20th anniversary cap and the cap that came out with Sharon Carter and the Sam Wilson cap and the Winter Soldier cap and in-game cap. I mean, if I didn't have all those Captain Americas, I'd definitely get this Captain America.
And then Titania. She-Hulk has a friend. I have She-Hulk, and I just throw her the West Coast Avengers, even though she was like a part-time member, because who do I put her with? So now she has someone to smack around and then go get a glass of wine with.
He's got a friend in me.
Yeah.
I do love this Titania. She looks great. Am I going to get her? Probably not, but
yep.
And
look great. Yeah, I think part of it was the outfit is, obviously they don't want to go full on, that kind of
S&M
that look. Yeah, that look. And so, I mean, she's still
they came kind of close.
According to Jordan Hembro, she's still looking fine, mighty fine. Had to, Mike.
Once again, come on, guys, she's plastic. Calm down.
Yeah.
Oh no,
not my world. But yeah. It's good stuff. What are we thinking about this giant queen here, Mike? Titania.
I mean, she looks good.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hasbro and Toy Biz have a history of just having terrible looking female figures. Like bad sculpts, weird faces, terrible articulation, thin arms, gummy plastic. So it's nice to see that they're doing better.
Yeah,
I guess.
Agreed.
Yep.
I wish she was a little taller, maybe like an inch taller.
Yeah, be more of a Titan.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, this is all new, so that's why we're getting like one face sculpt, because it's the whole they have to pay for everything.
Yeah, she comes with the least of all the figures, doesn't she?
Yeah, because she's an all new buck and mold and everything. Yeah. So from the ground up. So everyone else is reused at some point, right? Most of it, and then this is all new, so she gets less accessories. So that's kind of the payoff. It would have been nice to have, whenever they have these kind of grimacing faces, I'm always like, well, what about like a normal one? That's obviously that would have added to the cost. Just
next Titania.
Sense. Yeah, exactly. It gives an opportunity for that. Okay, we can finally put Baldy Lux's comment up. You guys are nuts. Donnie the Beyonder Donnie Osmond steals the wave, and here he is.
He sure is a guy in a white jumpsuit.
Yep. That's my only issue when they do characters like this. Like, yes, if you're gonna get all the Secret Wars, you obviously need the main antagonist. I get that. But I don't know. And granted, like in the comic book, he doesn't come with more. That's just it. That's what he has. It's just the white 70s jumpsuit, bare chest, cool. It's not what is it gonna be like $25-$30. It's not for me worth the price.
These aren't 30. I think they're all 25. I think that's the normal.
They're all 25.
Normal,
Yeah.
Normal standard Marvel Legends price.
Yeah, but
the accessories
for me,
are
it's
cool.
like you if you are pre-ordering this, then you've got taking shipping and handling.
Yeah, unless you order the whole wave, it's free on Entertainment Earth or $4 on a pile of loot. But Hasbro Pulse is free membership, so not always paying that shipping. But yeah, I think it's a character that has been in demand. A lot of people like we want to be under,
And
so
and look, if they wanted this figure, then fantastic, good for them. I think that maybe they could have had like a little mirror with a little white powder on it to go along with it for some reason. Just make it really 70s and 80s.
he's pinless and full of dance fever. Also, this is Secret Wars 2 Beyonder. So I think what they meant by Marvel Legends series Secret Wars is just in general. I don't think this is Secret Wars 1 or 2. I think that's where people got confused.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true. But again, looks. I would have liked to have, like, if you look at the lenticular shield right there, like the energy head. If they had included an energy head with it, that would have been cool, and that would have made me think
Totally
more
agree.
on buying.
Don't we always think Marvel Legends are like one accessory short in every pack of just being
100%.
great? Like every
Always.
figure is like a
Always.
6 or a 7 out of 10, and they could almost be all 9 or 10 out of 10s because they're missing that one accessory, and it's always like, oh well. And again, I'm explaining the cost thing, but it's like after a while, you're one accessory away from making more money from people, like having more people buy your stuff. I don't know. I mean, do you have to raise it to $27.99? I wouldn't do that, but I don't know what they could do.
Like I said, when you were feeding Gizmo, I told Mike that Spider-Man was fantastic in the 2-pack.
Yeah.
Give me a goddamn web. Give me some webbing. I say this every time there's a
sculpts. That's the thing. Two additional face sculpts. Peter and the Flash. So
they already have the mold for the webbing. This will be the hill that I die on, Travis. The hill that I die on is that they already have the mold for the webbing and the like both webbing and webbing. Okay, look, just put the sexually explicit like white clear stuff in the mold, press it, give us the shoot, give us the webbing. It's not that goddamn difficult. It's like 30 cents a thing. Okay, add $1. I don't care. Spider-Man should have some goddamn webbing. It's not that hard. Okay. I died on a web hill. I did.
Wolvie time.
This is bad.
Mike, you said you kind of dug this one of the bunch, so take us through it.
Sure. I mean, Brown Suit Wolverine is classic. I mean, I grew up with the cartoon, so that the Tiger Stripes is like my Wolverine.
Yeah.
But I can't deny that the brown suit is the best Wolverine outfit. The only thing I don't like, I wish they'd switched which head had the smirk. I wish the maskless head had the smirk, and then the masked head had like the grimace.
Yeah. So look, when I saw this, this is what I immediately thought of, like the original Wolverine, like original Toy Biz.
Sure.
Like,
yep, I had that. Yep.
Right.
His mask is a little ring.
Yeah, his little
I
ring.
lost it on the playground. Yeah.
I lost his ring long ago, dude. I don't know where the hell I put it. And of course, like look at this face. A face only no one could love but except Gene. So this isn't the superpowers, not superpowers, Secret Wars Wolverine. This is like the first Wolverine. I do wish. I know they said that they should have done the clip-on claws. I wish they would have done either the clip-on claws or honestly, I would have loved if they did the spring-loaded claws. That
No gimmicks. No gimmicks.
I want a gimmick, Mike.
No
I want
gimmicks.
a damn gimmick. I want a gimmick. Because look, okay, while Moody's doing something. Look, I want this. Look, watch what I call it. See? Oh, look, see?
Yeah.
Pop a claw.
I
Pop
had
a
that
claw.
too. I just, but you sacrifice every bit of articulation to get something like that.
I don't care.
I do.
Who doesn't love a good gimmick? Like you have a million Wolverines.
I don't love a good gimmick. Gimmicks were cool when I was 5, but now that I'm older, I don't like gimmicks. I feel like gimmicks get in the way of how a figure looks. They get in the way of articulation.
You can't do anything. Look at the arm. This is the arm.
You sacrifice
the arm.
everything for gimmicks.
I love it, but look, this is like this. I can't sheath those claws now. Hold on, there we go. I do love this Wolverine. I love that face sculpt. That is amazing face sculpt. And I won't lie, and Mike, you let me know if you think I'm right or wrong on this. I actually appreciate the fact that the claws come molded into the hand this time because I've got a Wolverine who's missing claws because I bought it I got it gifted secondhand. But some of the claws have popped out. So I don't know. I like the fact that these are actually like in there and you can't pop them out.
Cool. All right. Well, that's the final look at Wolverine.
Look, you know what? I would love a limp lightsaber to pull out of Luke's arm. Just saying. Just you know what? Give me like one gimmick per wave. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't. Because look, here's the thing. Am I gonna get this Wolverine? 1,000%. You already have 6 other Wolverines? Yep. So you know what? If you want to give me like one Wolverine, that's like just gimmick Wolverine. Like we got a Wolverine with no Build-A-Figure and like the blazing claws. Cool. Give me just one gimmick. Give me one Wolverine gimmick. Give me one Luke gimmick.
That was the other thing that made me mad is they just did that Helverine in the brown suit, but it's on the old body. And when they released this, I canceled that because I'm like, I don't want to get a pinned brown suit Wolverine when they've got this. Like that just seems stupid now. Like it's like going back and buying like an old phone when they just released a brand new one or something like that.
To be fair, I'm gonna be that guy. To be fair, Wolverine is technically the kin, so you're not getting Logan.
I still want a pinless body.
I know. Same here.
Yep, for sure. Let's see.
Goddamn
Ryan. Oh,
there's your gimmick. You shut up. No, I won't shut up. I will not.
I was just going to add that Ryan Ting mentioned that this Wolverine was not from Marvel versus Capcom 2 after all. Like at Comic-Con, he was like, "Hey, look, you guys are because we get the shield, the shield pack and everything."
Yeah.
So this was obviously from Secret Wars, but I think that's why there was a lot of comments. Hey, this isn't right. And yeah, all along they got it wrong, But at least
it
now
was
it has
weird
a
for them to reveal it back at Comic-Con. It was weird.
Yeah, really.
Came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was. Cool.
And then also, I mean, the shoulders look kind of weird, right? Kind of low.
They seem too far out.
Yeah.
I think it's because the top is just painted on instead of being like an actual.
Mm-hmm.
Like there should be something covering that joint.
Yeah, because hold on, let me just for shits and giggles. Oops. I got figures dropping all over the goddamn place. All right, so just for shits and giggles, let me boom.
I'm
Let's
waiting
see.
for you. Oh,
There you
okay. I was gonna get. I got you.
Well, because like you look at like I don't know, maybe just because the way I had it posed, but like, does it look different than this one? Can you do one where it's like,
Yeah, I got you.
I feel like his shoulders aren't as circular.
yeah, there we go. So like, it feel like I don't. It looks different on this figure than that picture.
Yeah, you do have a different pose, but it doesn't. Yeah, I'm with Mike where it doesn't feel as round. It does go down
Yeah,
the shoulders, or it feels more natural
yeah.
for
I
sure.
don't.
But
But
yeah.
like I mean, but look, are we still gonna get that Wolverine? I am sure.
I mean, I don't know how your bodies work, but I'm just made of circles all over. Circle, 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 circle. All my joints are circles. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's circle X on our calendar here for PulseCon reveals the fan vote winner. Uncanny X-Force, callback to Age of Apocalypse. We got any? Oh, Chef's Kiss, Mike. God.
Nightcrawler's my favorite. I love him. Having
Oh, awesome.
the X-Force version, love the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, the head sculpt looks great. I
Yep.
love all of this.
Same. And like, and again, if you read Age of Apocalypse, if you read this X-Force run, you know that this Nightcrawler is a stone cold killer.
Yep.
Like he threw Iceman, like the Age of Apocalypse Iceman, into a furnace to melt him, to make sure that he died. It's like, God damn.
Huh.
Like this, and like he was even saying, like, Kurt, this will kill me. Like, yeah, I know, and like just threw him in and like closed the door. Like, damn. All right. Like I love this Nightcrawler. Even in Age of Apocalypse, when he killed Deadpool by like literally teleporting his head off, he like broke back from that. I'm like, all right, this dude, I'm with Mike. This is a great figure.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
for sure. Cool. We'll probably see more Uncanny X-Force in the future. And there's a look back at the 3 3/4
Oh, I forgot they did that.
version. Yeah, and then there's a look at the comics. So a little different, because sometimes it's Age of Apocalypse, sometimes Uncanny X-Force, so a little bit of a variation there.
Yeah.
So, but pretty similar. And then we had the tease, which we've seen the guests. I mean, it's first of all, before I bring out the guests that I have, the guesses that I have, I'll go with you, Bobby. What do you think? Who do you think this is?
I was guessing maybe the Chameleon.
Okay. There. So you got Chameleon, and then I was thinking maybe Flatman, West Coast Avengers too. Because if you look at, it's kind of a flat. It's not quite flat all the way though, but it kind of has that. And then Mike, do you want to jump in and take a wild one on this?
I mean, Chameleon was the only thing I could think of. Having that be a mask that he could pull off. Yeah.
Like that top left one you have, like where he's pulling off the mask. I think that's
I think that's it. The one on the top left. But another guess could have been, the No Way Home Sandman too. And there's another look at Flatman. But yeah, if you look at that face, I mean, and then you come back here, it's kind of like,
The only reason I'm saying Chameleon, the only reason I'm saying it's a mask, not like a flattened head, was the way that the Spider-Man mask looked in that 2-pack looked very similar to I'm gonna say it's a mask. Yeah,
you're good. Molten Man head. If you're Iceman getting thrown in a furnace.
Yep.
Nice. All right, cool. And then I think that's it from Marvel. And then I do want to just before I forget, we'll get into whiskeys in a sec, but I do want to forgot to add this to the slide, but newest video is out, reviewed Punisher from the 2-pack with Bushwhacker, and I appreciate those who've checked it out. Just posted that yesterday, so go check that out. My review of the brand new Punisher 2-pack. So really appreciate that. Do you guys have that in hand or on order, on pre-order, the 2-pack? What scared you away, Bushwhacker?
I didn't want to buy Bushwhacker.
Same.
Yeah, gotcha.
I had to do some major culling of the pre-orders, and because as you know, Jeff, Ash and I are looking to buy a house eventually. So.
Oh yeah. I just want a house for my toys. but you guys want an actual house to grow a family.
Well,
No.
a little B.
Cool. All right. What do we think? Mike, you're a guest. I'll go out of 5, the whiskey game. You know how it goes, out of 5 for what Marvel delivered at PulseCon. What would you give it out of 5?
I got
In the
3.
presentation. 3 out of 5 in the presentation. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Okay, cool.
It did feel weird not having all 3 of them there.
Yeah.
Bobby?
3.
I thought that was a 1. Oh, but it's
See?
three claws.
3 claws. It's a great gimmick and it works.
Yeah.
I look, I give it a 3. Was I insanely impressed with the reveals? No. I thought they were cool. It was a bunch of stuff I didn't need. That Wolverine and Cap, yeah, 100%. I'll probably get those later on. But it did feel not complete without Dan there, and I felt that there was just something missing from that panel. And again, it was rushed, so it was like, all right,
3. Okay. I'm gonna go 3 1/4, just because of how bad the other stuff was, and so I thought it was more solid than usual. Kind of picked it
Fair.
up. I thought the Secret Wars launch was really solid. Yeah, it's a lot of reuse, but it's stuff people wanted. And obviously the Iron Man retro set was great, so this kind of follows suit with that, with convention reveal stuff. The tease was fun. Nightcrawler was good. Too short, right? It was shorter than their fan stream. This is PulseCon. This is the big. It's too short. They're all too short, so that goes across the board. But like, you can't get high grades if you're only going up for 20 minutes. Like, this is supposed to be, the World Series, the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup of your presentations, and it certainly wasn't. It was barely a preseason game at that. So let's go into. We had another segment, but one of our guys is not here. We may save that for later. But this is prime time for Mike. Black Series, Star Wars. We all said at the top of the show that this kind of went out PulseCon, a little teaser. But at least now we can explain why. We don't do a whole lot of role play stuff here, but I'll let you guys give some thoughts. Mike, quick thought on the armor. I mean, we saw Emily Swallow there, kind of presenting it. Anything?
I mean, it was cool seeing her put it on and hearing her voice change, like when she put it on. Like she kind of went into the armor. But yeah, I don't collect role play stuff, so there's no role play item they could make where I'd be like, yeah, I'm in. That's awesome. Like I just do not care.
None. He said none, and he's a big Star Wars
If
guy.
the Biker Scout helmet couldn't get me, the Darksaber couldn't get me. Like, just they could make a Boba Fett jetpack. Unless it worked. Like I don't collect it. I'd rather spend that $100 on like 3 Black Series figures instead of this one helmet.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. And then, did you have a comment about the helmet, Bobby?
And look, I'm kind of with Mike on this. I think it looks fantastic. Here's my issue. I have a very large head, and I can't fit any of these helmets on my head. In football, they had to order me a size, they had to give me a special sized helmet because there's so much brain in this head. Big head. But like Mike said, like, look, I wanted that Mando helmet so badly, I passed on it. This is cool. The armor was cool. This is the way, but pass.
This might get me. I have the Boba Fett helmet, and I have not bought a roleplay item since. But the rocket firing Boba jetpack, I don't know if I don't know how to present that. I don't know if I'd ever use it. But I'd be curious.
Travis, if they HasLab Mando armor, like Boba Fett armor.
But here's what I would say. If they did that, Travis, buy it, okay, and then next time you have a girl over, put the armor and the helmet on, and be like, "This is the way," and then have sex with the armor on. Just saying.
Without clothes. Yeah, exactly.
It's
all right.
Not surprising that you're married.
My wife is like, you have many redeeming qualities. Your figures aren't one of them. Like, I get that.
What about role play, darling? All right, let's move into diorama stuff. Did you back the set? You guys, wait, Bobby, you did?
I got the Streets of Mos Eisley.
Wow. Wait. Well, but you got the HasLab.
No, I didn't get the Hasbro. I got this.
Oh, but you got this. You got
Yes.
this $50 thing, $59.99. You didn't get the big
No.
$500 thing.
No,
Okay.
no.
And then just to be clear, if you're new to the channel or newer to a Toy Kind of Mood, Mike Kaess is of the Black Series Cantina, not the Vintage Collection Cantina. So,
Correct.
I mean, do you have any, just to recall, do you have any TVC? How close do you follow TVC in that world?
I mean, I follow it because I follow everything really.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that's ever been like a surprise to me. Like, oh, I didn't even know they announced that. Like, I follow it, but no, I have no interest in buying it. I do have a couple. I bought
Enough.
I bought a Darth Vader because I have a little Darth Vader collection. Like, I got Hot Toy, and then I got like the Hyperreal and a Black
Makes
Series and like
sense. Yeah.
TVC. So I have like a nice little display, of different scales. But there's never really any like TVC where I'm like, oh, I gotta get that. Like, I've almost a couple times gotten, like, I wanted the N1 fighter, and like the Razor
Right.
Crest look
Naboo.
cool, but
Yeah.
it just comes down to like, where's my money going? What am I? Because space is a premium. Like, what do I want to get rid of to display this? And that's really what's keeping me with just Black Series over doing like mixing and matching or getting TVC. Is I just don't have a lot of space.
Yeah. Space seems to be a higher problem than even cash
Yeah.
flow these days.
For sure.
Streets
Yeah.
Streets of Mos Eisley, Bobby, you got it. It's $59.99. And it comes with 11 accessories. But I asked you why? Why?
Because I'm dumb.
It looks cool.
I mean, you pre-ordered it. You can always cancel, but don't let us sway you that way.
No. Here's why I got it. It's the fact that with that Jawa and then the Luke, I was like, again, here's the thing. I don't have any dioramas for any of my figures other than my original Ghostbusters Firehouse. I have 0 dioramas. When I saw this, like, okay, you know what? This is cool. This is probably cheap enough, like 60, so I can put that on a shelf with my other TVC figures, have some little cool shit with it, and it would be really, really, really cool. And that was it. I saw it, I'm like, oh man, because again, like I've said, I feel TVC is. I actually kind of like TVC sometimes more than Black Series. I know that's blasphemous to you, Mike, but
That's fine.
No, I'm just messing with you, dude. It's because it's they do.
I mean, you piece of shit! How dare you?
How dare you? No, it's because like I love Black Series. I do. I think I have a ton up there. I've got some. I actually have the end aisle display for Star Wars that you can put your figures in. I took them from Walmart, and they're great. It's cool. I love Black Series, but TVC for what you get, it is small, but it's just almost as detailed and looks really cool. And you can put this like you can put this on your desk, right? Like I don't really think you can put like a Black Series Mos Eisley on your desk and just like kind of fiddle with it.
No.
It depends on how big your desk is.
I mean, true. But like, and I got that Luke was amazing. I'm like, all right, let me get that Luke. Let me get that Mos Eisley. I'm good.
Cool. So look, we have a massive GI Joe segment, but we have a Star Wars guy on, but we have a Black Series Star Wars guy on. So let's fly through the TVC stuff as much as you can. Bobby, did you pre-order any of these?
Luke.
You got Luke TVC. Okay,
yes.
Cool. So yeah, you got the New Hope Luke, which we also saw in New Hope Luke and Black Series. We'll get to that in a sec. But nothing else. Nothing. We got the Clone Trooper Teth from Ahsoka. Endara from the Acolyte, Andor, Deidre, and Anakin from Ahsoka as well. Yeah. And there's some of the looks. And
the Anakin looks great. I still might go back and get the Anakin. I don't know, but as of right now, no.
And then that super popular show, The Acolyte, it's getting ready for 3 more seasons. And then
you know what? I'm so pissed they canceled it. Was it a great season? Fuck no. Was it a bad season? No.
Yeah.
No.
Missing binoculars. All right, cool. But Black Series, Luke. More importantly, I will go to Mike. So the other Black Series, I'm assuming you pre-ordered all of them, especially. So today they went up for pre-order, right? Yep.
Yeah, today 3 of them went up for pre-order. The rest went up for pre-order last week. I pre-ordered every Black Series figure they announced 100%.
So you like
this one?
The PVC robe keeps it a little tight. Doesn't look like a Mezco, right?
Yeah. I feel like especially compare this Luke to the first one they made. That soft goods tunic was not it. This looks so much better. I will say, like here, the face doesn't look great, but on some angles it looks fine. So it's one of those things I'm reserving my final opinion until I get it in hand, because I've seen a couple times, like the pictures they use here, these are early prototypes that they're taking pictures
Right.
of.
Yeah.
A lot of times they've changed and honed things and finalized things when you actually get them in hand. And a lot of times faces will look bad here, but they look better in hand. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting this Luke and replacing that old terrible Luke.
Yeah. And people are pleased about it too. So Bobby, you got TVC Luke. Did you get Black Series Luke too, or did you stick your wallet into TVC only?
I'm just now getting this Luke because I don't know. You want to
pre-ordering live on air?
I am.
Because it just went up on everything. I think this is all mainline, right?
Yeah. It's mainline. The 3 that went up today are all mainline.
Yeah, cool. So even now we're getting gaming greats as mainline, I guess. Right. So then we got Leia. This one seemed to do great because of that incredible. We were talking about face sculpts. This nailed it.
Oh wait, you know what? I'm dumb. I already pre-ordered him today on Amazon.
Well, now you pre-order too. So hey, whatever one ships first. But we got the hood, the pullover hood. It seems to be. Is that new, Mike?
Yes, all of this is new. Yeah.
All of it's new. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've
2 guns.
I've got that Leia in the soft goods, and that's the only reason I'm not getting this one per se just yet, because the one that came with the the vintage it's fine by me.
Where's Blue Milk?
That's a good question.
Is Leia's gun warping in the promo shot?
Probably.
Oh yeah, look at that. It is. That's funny that they didn't get double checked. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those weapons. I don't know if you saw the Punisher review I did, but those weapons were super gummy. I mean, that grenade launcher, that like M810 or whatever it is. But yeah, it's bad. It's so gummy. But this guy looks pretty good. What do you think of our guy Dagan Gara?
I mean, he looks good. I love the Jedi Survivor game.
Same.
And
awesome.
And I love High Republic era anything. Yeah. Like I like the books a lot. I was excited for the Acolyte just to get Jedi from that period, because I just think they have a cooler vibe than prequels Jedi. Like the gold filigree robes and gauntlets and the lightsabers look cooler. Like I just think it's a cooler era than the prequels Jedi era.
Yeah, I agree, and I thought it was a cool call out too to have Old Republic and Survivor Bobby.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't pre-order this one. I wanted to. I don't really get the gaming greats, but this is tough. This is a tough one to pass. I've got.
Did you play the game?
Oh, fuck
the
yeah.
Survivor one, the sequel.
Yeah.
That was a lovely game. So this is. I didn't pre-order it yet, but I'll get it eventually. I mean, it's everywhere, so it's not like it's gonna sell out. So
I do agree with a lot of people. Like, I wish that they had done like that force, like a translucent force arm.
Yes.
On his right side there, but like I get why they didn't. Like, I don't know what kind of logistics you'd need to like clip it on
Yeah.
because it doesn't have it all the time. Like, would it be removable? Would it be just sculpted in and just translucent? Like, I don't know, but I'm happy to get whatever this is.
Yeah. And his story was he was a Jedi Knight and he like blamed the Jedi Order for the destruction of that his adored planet, Tanalorr,
Yeah,
whatever.
Tanalorr. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. You
yeah,
see
great
him
story.
actually
Great game.
bleed. You see him bleed a crystal. It was the first non-comic crystal bleeding that I ever saw.
Oh, nice.
Before we saw it in the Acolyte, so it was pretty cool.
Super Noodle says translucent plastic would just break.
No,
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't.
Probably.
My
Always.
Iron Man hasn't broken.
I don't
Yeah. Well, the whole figures usually don't, but yeah, when you get pieces sometimes, right? So that pre-order happened today. So yeah,
Yep.
this was
Yeah.
the slide I made the other day. But yeah, there we go. So pre-order, don't worry, it's mainline. Gaming Greats used to be GameStop, and then it was like Amazon and Fan Channel. Now it's just like, all right, you get one, you get one, you get
Well,
one. But
they've been mainline since the
for a
Cal
minute.
Kestis,
That's true.
Yeah, that
the second
single,
Cal Kestis.
the
Yeah.
single, yes, that was a Survivor, right?
Yeah.
The second one, yeah.
That's what
Cool.
I got.
Yep. But this was the winner.
Yep.
Prince am I saying it right? Zizor?
Shizor.
Shizor. There you go. Nice. Prince
Shizor.
Shizor from Shadows of the Empire. And then now obviously everybody wants Dash.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
this looked
and they've
awesome,
teased
man.
him. They've accidentally said they're making Dash.
Really?
Yeah, on the website.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it
you got
right
it?
here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
To see the wave.
Big ol'
Luke,
oops.
Leia, Dash.
Dash Rendar.
But that's this is like one of those accidental, but was it?
Yeah.
But was it?
Yeah.
Because it's like this is buzzworthy. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, we got the community.
Sure.
Like this is also a feel good moment from PulseCon and very, very few feel good moments. So
Yep.
I don't know. I think it was a good mistake, right? So
I love that game on N64.
Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, it was more than a game, man. Shadows of the Empire was an event. It had
Yeah.
everything but a movie. It had
Yeah.
soundtrack, comic, book, like action figure line.
I had the IG. It was IG-11, right? Or was it 12? No, 11.
88.
Oh, the IG-88. That's right. I had that. I had the little figure. Yeah. I had a 2-pack. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
this
the fact
figure
that it had
man is
soundtrack is just crazy. Like, for what? For what?
There's Dash.
It's just a
There's Dash.
soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Dash Rendar. He's that 90s extreme Han Solo. Like,
with the patches. Oh, the pouches.
Yeah. The big pouches, the big shoulders.
Yeah, those shoulder pads they got tents in them. But yeah, and there's a look at Shadows of the Empire fig back in the day. Did you have this one, Mike?
Oh, I had all of them. Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Okay. I was when the 95 Power of the Force 95 set came out, I was a completionist all the way up till I don't know, like 2003 or so. I pretty much had everything. Yeah.
Are they gone? You get rid of them?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. They're all gone. In fact, I just for my Mammon Naden review I'm working on, I on eBay went and bought the Power of the Force 2 version so I could get his gun because I just wanted mine to have that big ass gun that the original toy came with. But yeah, I want the Chewbacca Snuva that Sean just talked about. Like, the swoop bike was rad. The Outrider is rad. Like, I think it's cooler than the Millennium Falcon. I know that's blasphemous for a lot of people, but I love the Outrider.
Why did Chewie was undercover, right? Or undercover?
He was undercover. Yeah. Well, what they wanted was to explain his haircut in Return of the Jedi and why it was different from the other two movies. So they gave him the thing where he like cut his hair into like a buzz cut, which is why it's like parted in Return of the Jedi.
Nice.
But yeah, this is rad. I do wish he came with the fans. Like, it's stupid, but I wish they would have given him those stupid little fans. But I like the staff, this Shizor looks incredible. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
Aces high on this one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the fans would have been a nice touch, but
Yeah.
I think they gave us a lot, and then this is using soft goods really well.
Yeah.
It's helping the figure, and then it's not like a divisive thing. It's like a compliment. Cool. And then up next, we had Clone Commander Bakara from Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I mean, we have someone to gun down Kiadi Mundi, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, Kiadi Mundi was one of my favorite figures that releases that they've released that was this year, right? Earlier this year. So I think I gave that a review back in the early in the year. But yeah, this is great. Now he's got someone to fight. So this is a fun and one of the better designs, right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And then we got one more Commander Droid from the Clone Wars.
I got 2 of these, but what I really want is for them to release a Star Wars Outlaws version where he's got the sexy trench coat and then he's got like a battle damage on his chest.
That could be next.
Oh, I would buy in a heartbeat.
There's a look from the cartoon. And then Bobby, your thoughts on the droid?
I mean, it looks cool. I don't do droids. The only droid I have, actually I got 2 droids. I have a droid from Star Wars Survivor, but I normally just pass. But it looks cool. I don't have like a deep connection to him, so I'm good. But it looks cool.
All right, cool. And then we already went over that, I think, and we got one other person to bring on in, but before that, no pipeline reveals, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, the panel was pretty good. They have a new person who is well spoken and did a good job, right? Do you remember the name of the gal that we had?
Her name was a new Hope. Hope.
Oh, perfect. Nailed it. So yeah, Hope did a good job. And overall, what do you think of the presentation?
I thought it was great. It would have been probably I hesitate to give it a perfect score, but I think if they'd done a pipeline, I probably would have given it 1 or like a 4 point or like 4.5 whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is right now, I give it like 4 whiskeys.
Nice.
I think.
Cool. And then Bobby?
4. I like the reveals. I like the reveals. I felt that they gave us enough new characters. Like, granted, they gave us a Leia and a Luke again, but
all new pieces, right? So yeah,
much better face sculpts. So I'm good with that rehashing. Again, the TVC, that's what I went in on. Shockingly enough, I thought it was probably the best overall segment.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not going to go that high because I think no pipeline, which they're known for. But short and sweet.
That sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, it did suck.
It was short and sweet, where short was a problem for everyone else, but for them, it was like they just gave us figures, right? There was and it's crazy because it's Disney, it's Lucasfilm, it's all these major corporations and everything, and we just got figures. The figures, we got the helmet, but I'm saying we got product. We got product. There was product. There was no BS, even though there was TBS. But I liked it. I'll go 3.75 whiskeys on a Star Wars.
I think what surprised me the most is I was 100% expecting Skeleton Crew stuff, because we've been getting a lot of Skeleton Crew leaks. The show's coming out in 2 months, 3 months now, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was pleasantly surprised that we didn't. Like, we got so much other stuff. I like that.
That's what they comment right here. Emperor, we're seeing all these new names. Thanks for joining the Toy Kind of Mood. Emperor Antonio of Seatopia with Skeleton Crew on the way, betting another life. Yeah, we'll probably get another life. And then I would come right back because of how good They just got to look at. They usually look at the feedback. I don't know, with Emily kind of being busy, I don't know who's really looking, because I know she looks, but I wonder if anybody's out there being like, you know what, they like Star Wars better than this and this, and it stood out. Like maybe we just come back with Star Wars and build on that momentum. I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad idea, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Next segment. We weren't gonna do it, but this guy's joining us. What's up, Dave?
Yay!
How are we?
What's up?
How's it going? I'm just gonna jump in real quick. Who would have thought the Star Wars segment would have been the star of the show?
It's total
And-
surprise.
And that G.I. Joe
Nobody.
was
Nobody.
the worst.
Yep. And we'll get into G.I. Joe, and that's why you're here. But you're also here for Transformers. Look, we're low on time. We started 20 minutes late. We now have 4 people here. But I'm gonna do a speed round. We don't cover Transformers a whole lot. Mike, are you a Transformers guy at all? You do robots in disguise or what? Are they all behind you? I didn't notice.
That's all this is. This whole shelf is all Transformers. Absolutely.
Look at that. All right, cool. So I guess we're not gonna go that speedy, but we're gonna go try to.
No, you
we're
can go
gonna try
speedy.
to go
It's fine. I hated
We're
all
gonna
of
go
them.
as speedy as we can. Now we'll just say it was Transformers Day yesterday. I'll go to you, Spec. How'd you feel about Transformers Day?
It landed flat. It was basically just the Transformer 1 pre-orders from the reveals they gave us. And then I liked their panel, but it's exactly what I said my buddy had told me it was gonna, Hasbro was gonna be doing. And this entire wave is re-release, repaint, and retool.
Yep.
And that's good for people like Cosmos was a debacle. Like I ended up having to get mine from a cousin in England.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go through. Oh, I'm sorry. That Cosmos was part of the Transformers
Yeah, he was
Day
part of
releases?
it.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
he was
cool.
part
We
of
only have the
PulseCon.
Oh, we're gonna go through the PulseCon images and stuff. Nothing specific. I just wanted to ask you how that day was with the Transformers 1 releases. We're gonna go through the stuff. Okay, cool. And then Mike, same thought.
I'm a big Transformers fan. I didn't even know yesterday was Transformers Day.
Wow, that says it right there. And then Bobby, are you going to see Transformers 1, or have you seen it?
No, I'll see. I will go see it eventually. I do want. I've heard really great things about it. So maybe this week.
I got charged $25 for my Amazon pass. I mean the AMC pass, and I haven't used it. So this weekend, I'm going and getting a slushie with it. Look, let's just steamroll through this stuff really fast so we can get to G.I. Joe, our bread and butter, before you put everyone to sleep, because we're already late on this. So let's see. Now I got to scroll back up here. Okay, Spec, just break it down, and then I'll shift to Mike and Bobby here and there. But Bobby, you don't do Legacy, right? You're just doing Studio Series.
I am. I do want that Cosmos, but I'll probably pass on it.
So Cosmos is just a re-release from the Walmart exclusive Velocitron wave. So, and he did show up at Ross, but it'll be great for the people that really wanted him. There was a lot of outcry because he's a standard mini bot.
Yeah, I might still get him.
All
right,
next.
Great. Mike.
Oh, sorry,
Cosmos.
Mike.
I have him already. I had a friend that found him at Walmart, and so I've had him for a long time. He's a great little bot. I love him. I'm happy.
Cool, and then
we'll
stick with you, Mike, on this.
Yeah, I'm getting this G2 set. This is the only one I pre-ordered because
Nice.
the G2 Stunticons just are awful, and I love them.
This is beautiful. Spec.
Same as Mike. This is the only one I pre-ordered. I love the gaudy G2 colors, and I managed to find Dead End out in the desert last year, and so and Shadow Strip at Ross. So I'll be getting these as they come out.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to buying the G2 Motor Master.
Yeah,
but I'll do it.
Cool. And then Bobby, you said you were gonna pre-order Cosmos, and then there was another one.
Nope, just Cosmos.
Okay, cool. So do you need to comment on any of these, or can we fly through it with these other two guys, or are you good?
Pass and pass.
Cool. All right, cool. And then we'll go back to Spec.
Retool of the Shattered Glass Sideswipe mold, which is a fantastic mold, and they're reusing it like crazy. And this looks great. I have no connection to this particular version of Wheeljack or this show, so pass.
Same answer.
Wonderful. And we got a little friend barking in the background. Are you, Bobby?
That's me. That's my little is barking away because my wife is walking around.
All right, cool. And then, yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I don't know why they did this. I feel like nobody wanted the regular color Blitzwing, so I don't get why they're doing this one too. Very big pass.
Yep, I agree. I don't even know this character, so.
And then, Todd earlier was like, how many Transformers characters have you recollected?
I've gotten a couple here and there.
It depends. Like with Transformers, I feel like it's a little different from like a regular action figure. Like when you have a Wolverine, they all kind of look the same, but like an Optimus Prime can look different depending on what he's from. The engineering, how he gets from truck to robot, can be completely different. Like I'm super stoked for the Studio Series or the '86 Optimus Prime coming out. Like that Bumblebee. Fantastic.
Mine shipped today. Mine shipped today from Entertainment Earth.
Did it really?
Man. Yeah. I got mine coming from Pulse, but who knows when it'll be here.
You know, if it wasn't for Prime versus Prime or whatever the hell his name was, sometimes I'd be first in Transformer reviews, and I don't even bother doing them because
you have to buy things from the factory floor.
He's got a monopoly on it. He lives in the UK. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother reviewing it, and it's a lot of work to review a Transformer. So, yeah, if they want to repack a fig everyone missed, how about Earthrise Prowl? What do you think of that spec?
I'm sure they'll get to them. They did the cone heads. That was a big controversy. That was a 2-pack.
Yep.
Amazon exclusive as well. So, with Ramjet, they've just completed that. So I'm sure they'll do they don't need to do Ironhide because we got the 86 Ironhide, but I'm sure they'll do Prowl. Or maybe they'll do a newer Prowl mold no, they won't because they did the Dead Prowl with that same. Yeah, that one had odd knees, but with the amount of retools and re-releases, I'm sure they'll get him out there at some point.
And I'll keep you here for this.
This is another Walmart exclusive Velocitron that didn't really show up and sold out really quick, and a lot of people really wanted him. I didn't get him, and I would only get him on super sale. But it's an Astro Train repaint / remold.
Nice. I'm with Toy Bounty Hunter on this. The Ultra Magnus, I didn't get it because I was like, oh, it's so expensive. And now it's like way more expensive.
You will get, from what I've heard, they will be making more of those. They know that they screwed up.
Yeah.
So have patience.
All right. And then Mike?
I mean, he looks cool, but like I've got Astro Train already, and I just don't need the same guy in a different color scheme. Because I don't personally have any connection to this character, so I don't really have any need to have him on my shelves.
Yeah. And then we got Voyager classes.
Yeah.
I'll stick with you.
I've got these.
And these are all repacks, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Ramjet may have slightly different coloring in places from the 2-pack, but yeah, it's a re-release. Tarn is a straight re-release because I guess he was short packed in the wave he came out with. And then
this was a Target exclusive.
Yeah, this was a Target exclusive, and then he was at Ross too. And but I guess with the re-release of the Origins Jazz and then the revelation that he can fit inside, they were like, people suddenly wanted him.
He's a fun little bot. I really like him.
Yeah, I do too. I currently have them all folded up in the back of Jazz.
Awesome. Cool. All right. That was Transformers Whiskey Score spec.
I give the Transformers team 3. I like their chemistry. I like their energy, but it wasn't anything phenomenal.
Mike?
Maybe I miss B-Mac being on Transformers team.
He was there, wasn't he? Wasn't
Yeah,
he?
but he was
B-Mac
like
is on
passing
the
the
G.I.
torch.
Joe team now. He's not on the
But he was
Transformers.
there in the panel.
I know.
wasn't
I'm
he?
just saying, like,
Oh,
he's
you mean in
not.
general?
He's not the
Gotcha.
Transformers guy anymore.
Gotcha. It was a general statement, not about PulseCon
Yeah.
specifically. Gotcha.
As in terms of the actual PulseCon, it was fine. It was just nothing. It wasn't exciting. Like two and a half whiskeys for me. Like there was
Cool.
other than the G2 breakdown. Like I just did not care about anything personally.
Gotcha. And Bobby and I are Studio 86 guys, the movie guys, and so we just skip. There's no, I can't give a score.
I skipped too. I won that Cosmos, but yeah, I skipped the whole.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, great. That was super fast. I love that. All right. Now, I mean, the reason most of you are here, sorry, 2 hours later and a half hour, it happens, but we're on to Joe. Look, we were pretty disappointed by it, right? And it sucks we saved the best for last, but it didn't quite happen. I mean, Spec, you just jumped on. Do we just hype these things too much? Do we hype up G.I. Joe Classified too much?
No, I think for whatever reason, I don't know if it's factory issues, I don't know if it's design approvals, I don't know what it is. I think that they were hindered and that there was only so much that they were allowed to do, and then therefore it was fluff filler with the video game and spending so much time on that, and the Hall of Fame thing, which I feel like could have stuck on social media and didn't. And so, because they're still great presenters, they still have great chemistry, Tony and Lenny, and even B-Mac, as he's like kind of finding his place within the team. Dan was a waste.
Right.
Like,
well, he's not a waste as a person, but
no, right.
His podcast partner is here. Let's get this clear. Mike's here.
Listen,
Dan's
my friend.
He was wasted.
I've talked about this with Dan. Dan's my friend. Yeah. Like, they invited him on, and he's not going to say no.
Yeah,
of course.
But he didn't have anything to do, and he knew that. But like, none of us, if any of us, got invited to be on PulseCon with the G.I. Joe team, you're not gonna say no.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not faulting him. I meant to say he wasn't utilized. He just sort of stood there and, hey, play the video game. Like, come on, man. But it was they kicked off the show, and these guys are usually the big rock stars, and it was just sort of like, oh, okay, let me lower my expectations. And then Star Wars, I think, was the next one on after this, and they just hit the ground running and said, reveal, and
right.
And
that's what we talked about as product. It was a number product, which was surprising for Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was great.
And like Prince Shizor, which I'm super excited about. But like the only thing they revealed were the 4 figures that had render reveals back in Comic-Con, and so there was nothing new. And we all know Nemesis is coming. We all know. So it makes me feel like something was going on behind the scenes where they were like, hey, you guys can't announce anything today, for whatever reason.
All right, let's get to some comments really quickly, because this is a big Joe community that we have. Horrible segment. We need Emily back. So it's funny because everybody's like, oh, I hate Emily, she's got pink hair, she's woke, and now everybody wants her back. So I think it's funny. Be careful what you wish for. And I'm not saying these commenters specifically are saying that. I'm saying that you get that loud vocal minority that kind of maybe chased her off, and now we're like, damn it, come back. B-Mac's cool, right? But it's not the same chemistry. He's a good guy. He's cool. And he's excited for Joe. He's friends with the other guys. But Emily and Tony and Lenny had something special, and we hope to see it again.
Yeah, but they built to that too. Like, give him a chance.
Yeah.
I will say this. I think the reason why we miss Emily, her enthusiasm, but also she was that kind of like introduction. Like, if you didn't know G.I. Joe, she could bring you in and then kind of pass you off to Lenny and Tony.
Yep. And I don't think Classified as a product is being overhyped, because then there's another comment here about the value, right? They're probably the best retail action figure going right now. I talked today to one of the lead marketers at Mattel, and I said, well, I wanted to asked him a question about value. Do you guys ever, is that a perceived thing? I asked him, or is it like figure value? Do you guys look at that as like a ranking or a list? Because it always is like Circana's got the best, action figures based on sales. But what about like value? And I just gave him they like to have my opinions as a presenter there because I live this shit. I'm here right now hosting a show. So I was like, look, at WWE Elite at $21.99 with everybody, Hasbro moving up their prices, $21.99, you still get an extra head or a soft goods or extra hands. That's really good value, and it's in the top three. He's like, what the other two? And I said, Jada Toy Street Fighter, right, for $25 compared to its import brothers and sisters is mind blowing. And then G.I. Joe Classified, still G.I. Joe Classified, especially now they're incorporating more head sculpts, and they still pack it out, even though things have moved on and they're repacking and using a lot of the same pieces. It's still great value, G.I. Joe Classified. So overall, the line is still kicking butt. It was just more about the presentation being bad. It's not the toys being bad. And I think Spec brought up a lot of great points there. But let's talk about Dan, because he was in the social media lately just because he got an early pack of some stuff, and he should be. They had to put him through all that crap at PulseCon. He deserves a Raptor and a Road Pig and some 60th toys. But let's get a look at Raptor. Bobby, I think you had either an affinity for this or the opposite. I remember you and Raptor having something going on our show, right? So what do you think of this guy?
I think he looks great. I think I pre-ordered him. I think their use of the vulture wings were really good. He looks fantastic. And I, we were joking, like, look, this is a character that on paper, and when you look at his old figure, should be fucking ridiculous and look horrible. And I said, look, the classified team will make him look cool. And they did. He looks cool. Still ridiculous.
No, these wings aren't reused from anything.
No, I don't. Not saying that they're directly reused, but they do look.
Oh, okay.
From the vulture.
They do, yeah.
There you go. It's the inspiration, I think Dan was showing us, and that's what we talked about in this show. But they're not like obviously clearly not.
I've seen some people say that they're just reused from that. Like they're not.
That's ridiculous. Look at this picture.
Yeah. Look at that.
Thankfully, they're not. Those things are massive.
Yeah. This would be $54.99 instead of whatever it is now, $24.99. Right? It's not even a deluxe, right? This thing.
No, it's a regular. It's a regular figure. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the value. This is $24.99. Still pretty damn big wings. Nothing compared to. The one underneath, but still vulture, but good stuff. Good one. Okay, cool. Let's get to the next one. 60th anniversary Spec.
I think it's a solid release for what it is. People will probably use that head as a hit and run substitute until we get one. Mm-hmm. I like the helmet, so I'm excited for this one. I started seeing the 60th. The first two are starting to get restocked. I hadn't seen those.
Oh yeah, I think you said that at our Target. Yeah, the first two. Yeah, good call. Oh, the Action Sniper is shipping from Pulse. I think Pulse. I'm trying to remember. There's a bunch of pre-orders that start shipping out this week. That was supposed to be October, so I think it's the Sniper. Just the Sniper.
I went through and canceled a ton.
Yeah,
I mean, most of my Joe ones are all on Amazon, but like almost anything I had through Pulse, I've canceled since I got boned on the Twilight Guard.
Raptor is deluxe. Raptor's deluxe. Oh, I guess so.
No,
I guess the whole wave is deluxe. Actually, Road Pig's deluxe, Raptor's deluxe. That's right. I still think it's good value for $34.99.
Is he?
Yeah. I think that whole wave is actually. It was like a bunch of deluxe figures, right? That's how it was.
Well, let's
because there's 4 figures. They're all because these are deluxe. They're $34.99.
Oh, Raptor is $34.
Yeah, he is deluxe.
Yeah. But still, I still think it's a good. I wouldn't put it any higher than that, but it's still solid. This guy, you're getting a lot of Road
Pig
Pigs,
is $45,
right, Mike? Yeah.
Huh? What?
Road Pig's $45 because it comes with a pet.
He's $45. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, this is the one I'm most excited for. First of all, I buy any G.I. Joe that comes with a pup. because I like having a little dog collection or animal, I should say. Like, I love the fact that I have a cool little menagerie of animals in the 6-inch scale because of the G.I. Joe line. But I mean, a road pig. All I wanted was a big beefy guy in shoulder pads with a cinder block hammer, and that's what they gave me, and I'm happy. See,
So
I'm not in on any of the 40th anniversary figures because I like G.I. Joe. I don't like the military aspect. I like the characters.
Yeah.
But like this is just generic commando guy. I don't give a shit about him.
Yeah.
Like I don't buy anyone without a name.
But the business decision was smart, right? So they paid.
Oh, for sure. I'm
100%.
not mad they exist. I think it makes sense. I'm just talking about for me personally.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't number them, right? So the whole numbering thing. Does that drive you nuts?
Yeah,
Because I remember you telling me about Black Series. You after a while you stopped caring about the damn boxes like I did.
I had to stop. Yep.
Yeah, because all the repacks was like 17 Mandalorians. Cool. Road Pig, Bobby.
Looks fantastic. I haven't canceled that yet.
Good sign.
I think he looks great. I think you put him next to Big Bo. I mean, he looks fantastic, especially the pig mask. That looks amazing. That looks fantastic. And people. I know people were calling I know Lone Dragon called him Wreck-It Road Pig. I even joked last week yes, he looks like a Pixar character. He still looks cool. It's just like Mongo from Blazing Saddles.
You think we could get a fridge figure based on that Road Pig?
I hope so.
That's what we're hearing. It seems teased in a way, almost in a way. They haven't shied away from it. So maybe the next fan stream.
Big Boa is not a small buck. He is
both of the Crocmaster and Big Boa were big bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we all know this. It's, in-house brands have the advantage because they're not paying the licensing fee. So that's why you're seeing some of these, right, Mike? Some of these wacky 100%. Deluxes from Star Wars and Marvel, and you're like,
right. Plus, you have Lucasfilm or Disney sitting there saying like what you can and cannot include.
Yep.
And we got Falcon has a new face. It's got a mic over because our friend Shotgun Toy gave us some pictures here. So with Quarrel, he did a review. So go check out our friend Adam. He's going to be on the Terradrome tomorrow. Shout out to Black Genghis and Tony's Figs. They're going to have Shark-Eyed Toy View there. But here's he did a review, and here's just a look at this 2-pack from Night Force. Does this excite you, Mike?
No. I got to the point a long time ago where I couldn't buy all the different recolor repaints of these people. So like Night Force,
even with the new Falcon face, Falcon face.
I'm not spending that much money to get a new face. Like that's bonkers. That's ridiculous.
What, $45 or $55 for a new face? Pretty much.
Turn my $25 Falcon, which objectively is bad. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not spending more money on that figure.
Gotcha. What about a Toy Kind of Mood? Did you guys pre-order this from Walmart at the Collector Con?
Yep.
Nope.
When does it ship? Dave? You don't have to look it up if you don't know.
I don't know.
All right, cool.
Yeah. No, I'm all right. I passed because my hate for 2-packs is notorious on the show. Seriously, fuck them. But the Falcon face is an upgrade from the whatever we got previously, and I passed on it. I joked about this before, and it's not a lie. I literally I was at Target, I found Falcon, the packaging was open, so I pulled out the figure, looked at him, went, oh fuck no, put it back on the shelf, walked away. Saved $25. That face was so bad that I was like, wow, how are these selling? But then it's because we had this is when we had the no window packaging, Like that's how they're selling. No one knows how hideous this fucking figure is. Like this is a figure that looks like it dropped on a barbecue pit in the face, like. So, I mean, then you get the 2-pack, like, oh, we fixed Falcon. Here he is for $50, right there.
Yeah, but
well, better fixing them, better late than never, right? They listened, they gave us a face sculpt, or you could buy Top Gun Maverick from Ace Toy and get for $70 to get that extra face sculpt. But you get Tom Cruise. So,
but I like that
that's
he's not
even more. That's one figure.
He's not just a straight repaint like with the Twilight Guard set and that set. They're more kit bashing. Quarrel is a little bit more of a straight repaint with a new head, but that head looks fantastic and that repaint looks great. Yeah. And Falcon, like, take those stupid shoulder pad things off and he looks really good.
Keep the shoulder pads. Make it 90s.
Nice. So yeah, go check out Shark Eyed Toy View. Did a nice review from the land of Down Under. We got a couple comments or questions. This is from Mike. How can you like G.I. Joe and not like military? Do you like Cobra more?
I don't know. When I was watching G.I. Joe as a kid, I didn't think I just saw a bunch of good guys fighting bad guys. Like I like
there were pyramids and ghosts and all kind of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Mike is not going like military industrial complex. That's my good guy. Yeah. No, it's like, ninjas and like, shirtless ninjas with barefoot running in snow, which like.
I mean, you got Snake Eyes, a black ninja versus Storm Shadow, a white ninja. That's what I like to see. You got a guy with a Alpine. He's just climbing. Friggin' Snow Job is a guy. He's doing a triathlon. He's going to the Olympics. Like, he's just a guy skiing and having a good time. I don't know. Like, they're fun.
Yeah.
But just straight boring military guy, like, those never really appeal to me. Like, I like the colorful. Like, Bazooka is a guy in, like, a T-shirt. That's just like my dad. Or awesome. Me now, I guess. But when I was a kid, it was like my dad.
Cool. And the comments, people are buying it because they're either numbered, they come with coral, all these other different reasons. All right, let's get to the PulseCon panel. Do want to shout out the game that destroyed the panel. Actually is not coming soon anymore. It's coming out September 26th, and I'm happy because I'm going to the land, not the land of Down Under, but the land down under the Lone Star State, Bobby. I'll be not too far from you, and I get to play this on the plane because it comes out the day that comes out. I'll just buy it digitally on like Switch or something and just play it on my like little trip down to Dallas. So nice. Pretty happy with the release.
Mick Murphy just said it perfectly for me.
Yeah, he did.
Perfect. There you go. But G.I. Joe can be anything to anybody.
Was like the A-Team.
Renegades.
I mean, they're former military. Yeah. You gotta weld some wrought iron onto a truck and depose some warlord that's taken over a village. Like that's what the A-Team would do.
And there they are playing Wrath of Cobra. And instead of revealing things to us and talking about toys, they're playing a video game. So it must be that good where G.I. Joe Classified no longer matters in this life. So I must get this game. It's so important.
I like how Lenny looks. Like the look on Lenny's face is, what am I doing here?
Like, what the hell are we doing? Exactly?
What the fuck is happening?
What are we doing? Sucked bad, Tony's figs. And look, the Hall of Fame, I want to call back as something that Spec said, and we've been talking about our buddy Dan here, Mike's buddy Dan, because I think this would have been the perfect opportunity to say, all right, guys, we're going to cut to Toy Galaxy, Dan Larson, and then, hey, Dan has an awesome presence, total great, great on camera, great voice, projects it, 1964, we had blah, 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 you know what I mean? Like Stanley Weston. It would have been great to have that segment with Dan. Now I get Dan gets to hang out with all the boys and play the video games and stuff, but I felt like Dan's obviously one of the top, if not the top toy YouTube guy. And he's smart, and the banter was good, but then you couldn't hear it. It was like laughing and like a lot of like, all right, let's get through this. And all that awkwardness. But if they just had a segment for Dan Larson on this, which he could have recorded at home or recorded wherever, and just did the Hall of Fame, it would have been perfect. Like, I think that just would have been a perfect segment for him. You know what I mean? Like, Mike, you're his buddy. What do you think about that? Just him handling the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I think him introducing the Hall of Fame was probably the best part of the panel.
But if he just like did the Hall of Fame as a whole segment for him,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I like that whole thing is kind of a waste of time too. Like, I don't care. I just wanted to see what they were going to show me. I wanted to see some toys. Like, I don't care that this old guy used to make box art for G.I. Joe back in the 60s. The G.I. Joe that I do not care about, he made box art for that. Like, I don't care. I just don't care.
Well, for those who did care, Stanley Weston, created G.I. Joe back in the day, the older version. He's the human inductee. The favorite classic was Action Soldier, which you see right there. Obviously, 82 figure. Nobody was beating Snake Eyes, whether you love military or not. The ninja, the Wolverine, the Batman of G.I. Joe was going to win. And then the favorite classified was the Vamp. You know what I mean? It was a vehicle. I mean, it was it was a Pulse exclusive, but it was Vamp Spam. How could it not win, right? And then next there was a Starduster photo shoot. This was the exclusive. Around the room, did we order it? Bobby, did you get a Starduster PulseCon exclusive?
No, because I wasn't able to because I don't have Hasbro Premium, and I have to go back and try and order it.
He's up for pre-order.
Sold out? Is it sold out?
It's the in stock is sold out, but he's up for pre-order.
I get him for pre-order.
So it's actually supposed to ship. They haven't shipped it yet, though, from what I know, right? No. We haven't gotten a shipping notification. And then David, you got it, right?
Yeah, I'm not like super excited about this one, but I got it because I'm a completionist with this line.
I was more excited for it after these photos, though. I think because we didn't know about the cereal box, and I think the whole thing was when they had that description leak out, it said like some kind of packaging we talked about last week, some kind of special packaging. And I think it's a regular packaging, but it has this box on the back that we can cut out. So at least it's something, right? At least it's given all these photos.
About the cereal box.
I don't know. Did we? I feel like we didn't talk about it on a PulseCon preview, though. There was those images we got. It wasn't in it.
We knew about it. We didn't talk about it.
Okay, but they weren't part of the images from last week. That were given to us from Pulse. Is what I'm saying. We didn't have the box in there
when they announced him at Comic-Con or whatever. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you might be right. But but I'm saying when we got official render images of him, they didn't have the box. It was like we didn't really know about official, we didn't get the official box word.
Yeah.
Anyway, the box is there. It's cool. I think the photography made this figure better. Mike, you got an opinion about Starduster?
I think of all the people they could have had him beating up, I don't know why they chose a female Cobra officer, but
I have to ask Matt that one.
But I mean, he's cool. I didn't pre-order him. He's like $35, and he's basically just like a repaint of Duke with some extra accessories in a cereal box.
Which he was back in the day anyway. Good. So that's
sure. Fine. Like, it's accurate to what it should be. It just does. It's not something I need.
Right. Yeah. And then lastly, I mean, go ahead, Bobby. Sorry about that.
No. I was just going to go back to the Hall of Fame thing. I feel the Hall of Fame should have been something that maybe they did across the board, not just with G.I. Joe, but like, Hall of Fame for G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Marvel, like, just like, do it I feel it was a waste of Dan's talent. Right? I think you made it. I think you kind of hit on a Trav that Dan has a presence. Dan has a voice. And I get that he got to hang out with the Hasbro team, but his setup is, I mean, I'm going to say iconic because it does change, but it's like he has a setup, he has let him just do what Dan does, do a Hall of Fame induction for Hasbro, and then Let him, like, he can be there and like let him introduce himself.
Right. It was basically like, hey, you want to hang out with us? Cool. You're
Cool.
hanging out. It wasn't
And-
like produced in a
And we
certain
would
way.
all do y'all we would all do it. Yeah, 100%. If they call me like, hey, do you want to do this? Yes. What I'm going to do? I'm going to stand there. Cool. I will stand there and not say a goddamn thing until you ask me about
I can verify that is exactly what happened.
it.
That's funny and amazing. But
Did you
yeah,
just
cool
snort?
photography. Yeah.
I
What was
did.
that?
I said, did you just
Okay.
snort?
I did.
I'm agreeing with some of these folks though that are saying it should have been the packaging because it's a PulseCon exclusive.
Sure.
How do you make it
Yeah.
special? Like you said, it's a repainted Duke, supposed to be, but they kind of just again, every time you break down anything nowadays, it's cost. Because when you ask Lenny and Tony, it's cost, and at least they say it's cost. They tell it's
Always
cost.
budget.
It's cost. It's the budget. That's the answer to everything. It's really boring, but that's just how it is. So celebrate Valkyries for putting female Cobras in the line, but you can't just kick them like a dude. All right. Well, we're just getting too far in this. So okay. Me looking at that classified Zandar wave ship date, like shout out to Chaz the Guru. Real funny meme here. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh boy, this line is already way behind. How are we? Man, I don't know. We might need some more manpower, people power over there, firepower over there. If Lenny's the only one doing this and he needs some help, obviously Tony's doing paints, but they might need we're just too slow. I think at this point, it's just
I'm
taking
curious
too
if
long.
it's not a factory issue because all these companies use the same factories,
Yeah.
and they get put in a queue. And when I saw this date, that was the thing that really, after watching the panel, made me say, I wonder if all this was happening because there's stuff going on that's out of their control at the moment.
Thoughts
My
on that,
thought
Mike?
was.
Oh, Bobby,
my thought
sorry.
Was, my thought was I'm going to get an email in like 4 months. Good news. Your product is arriving early. It's like, God damn it.
This is not going to take till October. They're just all these safe release dates. I mean, look at the stuff that was supposed to come out in October this year. Well, I'm getting it this week. I'm getting pounded by everything Hasbro is coming out like right now. Like everything that was supposed to come out in October, which is great because I'd be out of town. I have 50 boxes on my patio that probably would go in some guy's truck. I'm kind of happy they're coming this week.
I got lucky because my Magic Marvel Legends was supposed to come in October, and I was 3 days into my trip. Yeah, 3 days into my trip to Colorado, and I get an email. Good news! Like, God damn you, Hasbro, Amazon, damn it! Like, your package arriving early. I'm like, so I had to text my dad, text my neighbor to see if he can pick up my package, which he did. But that's all it is. I'm gonna get an email like in March. Good news! What you thought was coming out in like another 6 months is here. I'm like, I don't want it now. I want it in October. Bastards.
Saw Viper. Mike, do you like this thing?
I mean, it looks cool. I like that he has a cool little bayonet chainsaw. Yeah, I like that his shoulder armor is removable as well. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lenny was saying that. He called it a motorized bayonet, so you nailed that. And then all the armor and can stuff come out, so that's cool. Removable neck armor, removable. They didn't show it, I don't think, but we have it in the promo pictures, I believe. But we got the box look right there without the mask, and then obviously the Easter egg. We got Doc helmet right there. Spec, you're a photographer. You gonna comment on this?
I love that they did that. I really do. I mean, this was such a pivotal moment in the comic book. Doc, the Joes are all stuck in that pit, and Doc kind of peeks his head up, and there's the Saw Viper, and it's right between the eyes. And that was the kickoff to like wiping out an entire wave of classic characters.
And there's the classic right there. So the gun back then, I suppose, was a mistake, and that's why it was so big. But now it's an iconic thing for the Saw Viper to have a gun the size of it, bigger than him actually. So, and now we get this gun, and it looks really small compared to that, while it is still a large rifle. So there's just some kind of polarization there. I think things were pointed out that, because the character's name is semi-automatic wielding Chainsaw Viper, not automatic or squad, the squad gun or whatever, where it would take out the whole squad. This is a semi-automatic, so almost like kind of a different version. But should this have come with that, that M249 mega gun over, like, I think this is a 267 light, that, with a detachable chainsaw. I mean, Spec, I'll just stick with you on that. Like, how do you feel? Do you think we should have got more of the classic big gun? Are you cool with the Gears of War like changes?
No, I'm cool with this. There's the one promo picture where it's a low angle looking up at him and with the helmet off. Yeah, that one on the left, and like that shot just makes it for me. It's just so menacing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Bobby, what do you think of Saw Viper?
I think it looks fantastic. I when I saw people complaining about it, I'm like, what are you complaining about? He looks cool. I don't get the hate on this, and the fact that you got a guy with a machine gun with a chainsaw underneath it. Like, I don't know how much more menacing he can be. And then I'm gonna I like the fact that they gave special attention to the cod piece here, where it's connecting to the hip. Like, he's really protecting himself there. Like, he, safety first, kids. Like, hold on, let me go. Okay, yes, that is a big gun, but also it would be difficult for the 3 3/4 figures to have, small guns. It looks cool as shit, and like, I love this picture right here. The chainsaw on the gun, like the sparks flying off it. Like, I think they did a really good job with this Saw Viper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And but I would have liked the gun to be a little bigger, unless they are gonna do a retro Carter version and kind of pay ode to that, and maybe they're making this classified, which they are. So I think, because the helmet's different and everything. So and then someone mentioned a comment about the removable armor. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I think this one just comes off. I think the hot water thing was for Zandar.
Yes.
Is it got removable arms? I don't know. They didn't mention that, though. Lenny would have mentioned that. He dug deep into his detail. He didn't mention that. So I think it must snap off in the back somehow.
It's probably like Tripwire's vest. It's got those pegs on the side.
If I had to guess. Good call.
If I had to guess.
No. You nailed. Yeah, I think you nailed it. Good. It's so similar to Tripwire. Great call there. Very cool. Yeah. And then lastly, oh yeah, look at that. Had to do that for Bobby. Horde.
Love it.
Yeah, because look at the helmet, right? Pretty similar. And well, before we get into that Zandar, though, I gotta ask: is this going to be a Robert Skelton, or is this an army builder, Mike? Do you army build classified at all? Or you just doing one?
I have a couple of Cobra Troopers that I've army built, but for the most part, I just buy one of each.
Right. So for this one spec, would this just be the original, that kind of famed one, or is this an army for you?
I need to stop army building. I really do.
Exactly. And this is a great excuse, right? Because one of them did all the damage. So it's like, even though there were multiple Saw Vipers, it's kind of a good reason to just be like, it's the guy they gave a name to, Robert.
Yeah.
Robert, right, Bobby?
Yeah. To me, this is a one-off.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. One off. I think we're all just buying one. Yeah. I pre-ordered from everywhere, but I'm going to cancel once one arrives. I'm not going to keep more than one of these.
I'm not even pre-ordering from a million places, because that's how I got stuck with 3 Twilight Guard.
That's how you got in trouble. Yeah. And the problem is, now that used to be a cool technique during COVID, and now they just all ship it at once. It's like
at the same time.
And if you don't cancel within 10 seconds, Hasbro Pulse is processing. And thankfully, one cool thing about BBTS, as long as you pick pile of loot, and you could cancel it, and it's credit, and you're always going to buy from BBTS, right? If you use BBTS. So that's a cool thing they have. Where Entertainment Earth, you don't know until by the time you get the notification, it's already gone. It's out the door.
Well, also with Amazon, at least you can return stuff.
Amazon's that's why everyone wants the Amazon link, because you could return anything. to Amazon. It doesn't even have to be the same thing. They'll take anything back. Don't tell them I said that though. But Zandar is my favorite. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, hold up.
He's my
Yes, Jeff Bezos. Yeah, yeah, he keeps returning stuff. Yeah, okay, I'll tell him. Jeff Bezos says to stop that.
Moody, what are you doing?
Where did he go?
What did Moody?
Jeff Bezos took him out.
Jeff Bezos took him out.
I'm gone. But look, yeah, that was awesome. But Zandar was my favorite. I'll just say it. He's just my favorite of the wave. Number 147 was Saw Viper, number 146, and right away we got the scarf, that torn cloth from Zorana's jacket. Bobby, yeah, I know you're mostly buying Joes, but now you're buying Dreadnoks too. Do you have Buzzer and Ripper?
I've got all the Dreadnoks. I've got way too many fucking Joes. Look,
I'm catching up on the baddies, so
yeah. Look, I'm 3 beers in, so let's just be honest here. God damn it! Like, this has demolished my wallet like a motherfucker. I love the fact that he comes with a Louis Vuitton bag.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, that LV was from Figure God. That's not an actual. Yeah, that was a joke. I'm glad you noticed that.
You got
I'm
me.
glad you noticed that because
You
it's not
got me, dude.
it's not real.
I wish
Yeah,
it was. I wish it was because
I'm glad you really got a sharp eye there. That's funny. Imagine it did say they just put that
If they
there.
did
All
that-
those years of like not being able to get Air Jordans on characters, and they just got a Louis Vuitton
and
bag.
they just put the LV on there.
Yeah.
Look, this is a great figure. I know that when they said you can remove the vest and you get the scar on the chest. It looks like it's a dope figure, and the Dreadnoks. I'm not even like huge on a lot of the Joe lore. After reading Cobra Commander, that miniseries was great. The Dreadnoks are fantastic. So yeah, this is a great. I'll get this figure. It's dope as fuck.
Yep, spec.
Absolutely. I had the originals. You can't have Zorana without Zandar. I love that they tied the scarf to her jacket. I don't know if that was an original thing. I mean, obviously he has that, but I don't know if that was the original intent or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And then the I didn't see it at first, but the pictures of the little detail on him when you take the scarf off was just
really
like
good. Right there.
That's
on the right. That scar. The scar right on the neck. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on a kid's toy. Come on. Yeah. And I'm very curious to see the details that they say, the paint or whatever that's under the armor. I don't feel like heating up and popping arms off with the Joes. I usually end up tearing out the butterfly thing. It gets fragile, so I'm not going to risk it, but it's cool that they're going that far with the detail.
Mm-hmm. Figure like Six Pack asks, oh, sorry about that. Zandar branded as a Dreadnought or Zartan's brother?
Both?
Let's see what the packaging shows. Well, the problem with the packaging is it says Cobra.
He's
on
called
it.
Dreadnought Zandar.
On the box.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh wait, does it say that?
Well, he's got the Dreadnought tattoo right there.
On the listing, but it says Cobra Zandar. Yeah, that's.
But if you look at the tattoo on his forearm, that's the Dreadnought skull. He's whoever you want him to be.
Exactly.
There you go. But it's fantastic, isn't it? Mike Zandar.
I mean, if you get any Dreadnought, I feel like you get all of them.
Yep.
So yeah, I was in because I got to complete the family.
Can I just say that G.I. Joe's doing a better job at completing teams than Marvel Legends?
Way better. Are those backpack weapons removable?
I think it's just supposed to be a bunch of extra bolts for the the high powered spear gun or
spear gun,
crossbow
gun. Yeah, because if you see all the pictures, they're not. Doesn't look like they're out of it. No, they're stuck in there the whole way. All right, but yeah, do you like the armor because he was shirtless before? Obviously we see him right there. Just got a harness with a holster, but now he's got armor. He gave him a reason to like armor him up, and he said, this is the one that you can use hot water, take it off, and they said they would have scars and tats underneath, which I don't think we got a picture of though. Because then it would require them to do the whole hot water technique, which I guess they could have done, right? And for the photography, but they didn't.
I like it. I mean, again, it's classified. It's the classified update. It's
Yep.
They can do a retro one later if they want, but I dig it.
Awesome, cool. And then the next wave we got dial tone. No longer dial Tony. Looks a little different this time. So, but they mentioned the jam backpack with the mixer board, articulated mic, and then they even mentioned that the electric eye on that backpack, it swivels and everything.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I don't know if we can kind of see it in the pics there, but Bobby, what are you thinking?
100% get. I think it looks great. I was trying to figure out how they were gonna make like the backpack work, and and it looks great. Like again, they classified it and it looks fantastic. Like the keyboard dropping out, drop down.
Yeah.
I've got nothing bad to say about this. It looks great.
Mike, do you have anything bad to say about this?
He's got a cell phone holder like an old man.
I love that. I love that.
Hey, I didn't say it was. It's bad, but it's good because it's bad.
Yeah. They should have given him a pocket protector too.
Yeah. I like that they tried to update him. Like he's got that ridiculously stupid backpack that was cool in the '80s, but it's like Soundwave. Like, how do you make a cassette player relevant in 2024? But I feel like they did a good job. They found a way.
I'm so behind. There's so many comments about Zandar. I just want to
I just on that backpack where he said it's a sound mixer, and it looks like they put faders on there and not just like a keyboard. And I really, really love that detail.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it. Oh, no, that's Psycho. Yeah, right there on the left.
Yeah, it looks like they did sliding faders, which I have a lot of friends that are on the sound end of things in the film world, and seeing like the little fading boards and mixing boards and stuff they use. So I thought that was really like a nice touch.
I like what about photography in the rain? Shooting the galaxy, shooting this entire wave in the rain, or not actual rain, but the effects. What's your thought on that on the shoot?
I mean, he clearly did use a little bit of real mist, and then I'm sure the rest of the rain is all just an effect. But I like that he went for something different. I feel like it was maybe a little heavy, so it makes certain details a little hard to see. But I mean, he went.
I like this comment.
He tried something new.
And can't wait to see how they update mainframe. Yep, because now they're setting the table for that. And
for me,
yeah, good. Yep.
For me, seeing this backpack, I know, it was cool in the '80s. Hard to make it cool, but all I can hear is like Archer in my voice, in my head, yelling, for a fax machine. With this because it looks so dated, but they still did a really cool job with it.
Cool. And it looks like we got a message from Mike. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
We kept you pretty late. Yeah, we started a half hour late, and you hung out with us till at least 10. I'll just say this.
Sorry, I usually can go the distance.
Yeah,
but my wife is not feeling well, so I have to go take care of her.
Oh well, that's more important. Yeah. So just over quick final. We'll continue, Joe, but quick final on the Joe what they showed us.
Oh, the 4 reveals we got were good. They were great. It's weird that that's like all we got. Even the tease, like the name only reveals, wasn't anything. So I feel like, I mean, I feel like it's like a 2.75 whiskeys, maybe 3, but I feel like 3 GI Joe whiskeys is worse than 3 Marvel Legends whiskeys. Like it's a
100%.
lower quality whiskey. It's like a bottom shelf whiskey.
I think that's a perfect way to let you go. I don't want to take you any more of your time. Mike, thanks so
All
much for hanging out with us
Yeah, buddy.
tonight. It
I'm
was
gonna
See you
see you
guys.
later.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, take care, my man. All right, great. Awesome.
Yeah, I
stuff.
felt the
love that.
render reveals were more exciting than the actual panel, and we only got
Well,
two of them.
we're still gonna get to that actually. So but let's clean up with dial tone and I think what else we got. And there's another look. Dave, I'll let you talk about that image on the right.
The explosion.
Yeah, I think that's what that is, right?
Yeah, it's
Explosion.
cool. It's like he called in a bomb strike, or
Yeah.
he just
And then I did show Psych out because we got that radar type satellite, that
that's
crazy
what I
thing that we got.
thought of
Yeah.
too. Because then I was sitting there going, I was like,
Yes,
wait,
yeah.
did he come with like a little audio thing in the original, or no? He didn't, right?
Radar dish thing. See ya? It's very similar,
Right, but the original
so-
dial tone didn't come with anything like that.
No. So I think that was one of the things that people got from this was like, yeah, this could be, reuse there. It's not exactly 1-to-1 as the classic, but it kind of, of all the characters in Joe, it's the one closest to having that. So, and then it looks like we have another person that's got to go. You want to clean this up with Leatherneck, Bobby, before
Let's
we
do
let
it.
you go?
Let's do it.
Because we got to make fun of our boy,
We do.
Larry. Figure God, I was like, are you gonna do a mock-up of this? And he goes, I don't have to. A punk with toys became a toy. So yeah, obviously he's got a toupee on there covering the chrome dome. But yeah, shout out to Punk with Toys. But yeah, that was kind of my question. When I saw the space sculpt, I was like, man, that looks like Lawrence. So that's a fun one. But yeah, your thoughts, Bobby, on Leatherneck?
I thought it looked great. I mean, I Leatherneck isn't one of those figures where you really have to classify him up much. Like he's a Marine, boom, run with it. And I thought he looks great. He does kind of look like Ditka, the Bears, and yeah, I think he looks great. I'm not. I don't need to rush to pre-order him. I don't think. I think I'll see him at Target and I'll get him whenever. But he'll definitely end up in my collection for sure.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then spec. Now that you're not typing, like mainframe and like dial tone,
Who was typing? Nobody was
unmuted.
typing.
Sure. So yeah, thoughts on Punk with leather over here?
It's a nice little update. It's a character that has been on my wish list. I like that he comes with the fists because he was always kind of a brawler to me. And yeah, nice little touches with like the firing range glasses, the shooting glasses, and whatever else. I'm very excited for this entire wave overall. There isn't one figure out of the 4 where I'm just sort of iffy on.
Agreed.
Yeah. Even Staff Sergeant Larry Neck.
Joe's.
But yeah, there's the old look. It was based on Ron Rudat, not Lawrence. So
yeah,
but Lenny was a special guest on Thursday with a friend. So there's a plug for you, Punk. But that maybe they could be. I'm joking around, but there he is. Yeah, Bobby.
No, you look. Let me just take control of this real quick. You look at this figure and they don't have to classify it up much. They did a great job bringing him up to the 21st century. He looks great. Yeah, he will definitely end up in my collection.
There's like no reason really for like a retro carded version in a way,
Not at all. No,
because it's kind of the quick kick Zorana thing where it's like, do you need a retro card of those? No, they're pretty much.
They'll figure out how. They'll figure out how.
I mean,
oh well, yeah.
Just mean, outside the glasses, it looks like direct, like the
Yeah, and the mustache is obviously different. Yeah,
yeah.
it's not
Okay, even the mustache, like they're like granted,
I mean, it's a little. Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
Oh, it's not as okay. It's not as full. Okay, it's not like as
Yeah, it doesn't go like all the way up.
Yeah, but
oh, I didn't even see this comment. I swear to God, I was looking at you guys in my notes, but this is what like strong minds think alike. Shout out to Black Genghis, joining us, and he was saying it was at Transformers 1, and everybody should see it. Yeah, and we talked about Transformers earlier, and those who haven't, you saw it, Spec?
No, I'm hoping to. A buddy of mine says he wants to go Saturday, so hopefully we're buying our tickets soon. I'm gonna have to nudge him and remind him.
Might go Sunday.
No, for sure. Yeah, and then he also says, BG says Zandar won the panel for me. And you want to confirm this in a comment? You guys are doing Terradrome tomorrow with Shark Eyed Toy, right? You and Tony. I'm pretty sure I saw I didn't look at the date, but I'm pretty sure I saw the YouTube saying, hey, coming up. So just confirm that for me in the comment. Make sure that's correct there. And I see a lot of other comments, but I should be like these other YouTubers and not pay attention unless it's a super chat and be mean and rude. But hey guys, we're working here. Give us a break. But here's some more photography and more looks at Leatherneck. But they did call out the subtle 5 o'clock shadow on the neck, and then they made fun of the hair, saying it was the tough gym teacher. And then also there is a Eagle's Edge Marine patch on the shoulder. I don't know if we can see it close enough there, but Wendell Metzger's looking really good at the end of the day. So it's a really strong wave. Yeah.
Travis, real quick, here we go. Terradrome Friday night with Shark Eyes. Boom.
Oh, Friday now. It's Friday, so not Thursday. Okay, that's because he's been going. Okay, he's been doing a show on Thursday, but they're doing a Friday night Terradrome. So there you go. Thank God I'm not on Friday nights anymore. I don't want to go against the Terradrome. So there you go. But good stuff. And then that's a digital render. But Bobby, you got to get out of here. So let's go.
Yes, it is now 12:05 here, so I got to go to bed.
Yeah, it's late. So what's a whiskey score for Joe? And then overall, I was going to ask Mike this, but he said my wife's sick. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to keep you for this last question. But for you, you're the sick one of the two over there, sicko. But G.I. Joe whiskeys and then PulseCon whiskeys overall.
All right. So first off, I gotta put this up for you, Trav. There you go. Share the true.
You got me back.
I did.
You got me back. Yeah, I can't even wear Michigan stuff right now. Well, we did win barely, but anyway, let's not talk about football. We got G.I. Joe.
So the Joe panel, and I'm gonna give it a 3.
Yeah.
Only because the figures looked great. Granted, these were renders that we got at Comic-Con. The figures looked great. There's that. I want to give it less. I do, but the figures looked great. I feel if Emily had been there, it'd have been. Fuck it. No, I'm gonna give it 2.5. I can't. 2.5. I can. I love the Joe T. Look, and I know if Lenny and Tony and Emily see this later, I'm sorry. Look, there was something missing.
Too busy. It's too late. They're on the East Coast. They're not watching this. It's fine. They watch it sometimes, but as we see. But we're going late.
Look,
well, that's a good thing. We can go late and badmouth our buddies and get away with it.
Look, here's the thing. Without Emily, there was something missing there. Lenny and Tony did a great job. I felt Dan was there. Cool. The game, I know they're pushing the game, but fuck it, put that at something else. I don't care. Having Dan and Tony play it while they're doing, like, even in that picture, Lenny looks like, what the fuck is going on here? It just looked odd. There was bad pacing, bad production. The renders came out later on Instagram. There was no, like, here's what's coming, like, no, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, there was no name reveals.
There was, but it was a.
We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, it's the mass device. We're gonna. That was kind of our through line. But anyway, let's get the PulseCon score.
PulseCon overall 2.5.
Cool.
PulseCon 2.5. There was some really cool shit. Like again, some of the stuff out of Marvel Legends, Star Wars. like I think Spec, you said it, like who would have fucking thought Star Wars would be the show, the segment that we were going, oh, that was really well done. Usually it's me going, Star Wars, what the fuck are you doing? This is a shitty live stream. Oh my god. Now it's like, hey, Star Wars. Good job. Everything was rushed. The trivia questions, no one gave a shit about.
No.
The stars, you didn't have anyone really of note.
No, it was you didn't even have like anybody the level of Sergeant Slaughter on there. You know what I mean?
No.
As far as for toys, people,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Like Dan, like Dan, like cool, but again, Dan was misused. Like you can have Dan Larson on there, cool.
Yeah, he had hosted the other PulseCon, right? In this with the Transformer dude from like Britain
But
or whatever.
And again, like Mike kind of confirmed, Dan was just like there standing going, like literally Dan came in like this. Hi, on my phone. Right? Like it was bad production, wasted. It was just rushed and didn't feel like a Pulse. Kind of felt like it felt again, like I said earlier in the show, like a bunch of old white guys around a board table go, look here, give the geeks what they want, and like this isn't what we want. Shut up, nerd. Give me your money. Like, all right, well, fine.
We don't want to forget the digital renders like they did, so we're gonna have to let you go, Bobby, so we can remember this. But we'll see you next week. You're gonna be talking Brutal Realm with those folks. That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be sick. So thanks again, brother.
Yeah, and then before I leave, shout out to the GHG. Last Monday, Derek and I did talk top 5 TV shows and started our fantasy football podcast. Which, look, I won't lie, we had like 3 people watching. Moody, you watched, thank you. That was just a lot of fun. Derek and I had a lot of fun with that. Next Monday will be the same shit. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but we'll have
video content on GHG. Video content. People come for the videos, they stay for the live streams. I was told that from Spec's arch nemesis from back in the day. Only brilliant thing that man said. He was right. You make the video content, they come. You make the streams, they stay. I know it's time consuming, but that's how YouTube works. And that guy who we don't talk about that much, he was right. It works.
It is true. But
you know what? We're at like 5,300 subs now because it's video.
Exactly.
It's a lot of work, bro. But yeah, just saying.
But I'm out. I will catch y'all next week. Monday, make sure to watch Monday, same time, like 9 o'clock at 9 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Eastern, and then Wednesday I will be here for Brutal Realm. Which should I have pre-ordered it? Yeah, it was too damn cool. I got the Lionel. It's fucking dope. It looks amazing.
Well, it's on BBTS, so you can now. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah, exactly. But all right,
cool.
Peace
all
out,
right,
y'all.
Take care. All right, have a good one. All right, like I said, we're not gonna forget the renders. So we got heavy duty. There's a comparison. And what's nice is we don't have a whole lot of slides because they just gave us one digital render. This was Zandar was my favorite of the pre-orders, but this was like my favorite thing, period, they did for Joe, Dave. I mean, this was best in show for me. I was blown away. How do you feel about our guy Heavy Duty?
I liked the other reveal better, but I really enjoyed this one too. I mean, I can't remember. I think I had the original Heavy Duty, but this is just a great update. I love the gold chain with like the bull necklace. I love that they didn't try and force a removable cap. They gave us a second head sculpt.
That was a smart move based on the dreadnoughts, right?
Yeah.
Probably that they had. Yeah.
And I love the update on the, he doesn't have this big tub that he's got to carry. It's this like almost like a mech top half thing that he's got to like slide into.
Top of a pack rat in a way, top of a pack rat kind of thing.
Yeah. With, Gatling guns and other guns and the rocket launchers, and it's got armor right there and the ammo canisters underneath. And the curious thing, it looks like the eyepiece, I guess, will go into the headphones or the ear protection. And the fact that they gave him ear protection, especially with those Gatling guns like right by the side of his head.
Yeah, so that was brilliant. Yeah, this is awesome. And then the camo is very faithful because back then the neon triangles were the camo, and they left the neon triangles here, but gave it camo with it. You know what I mean? So that was damn cool. And then I just hope, and I'm seeing a lot of comments from this in our social media, is that the rockets attached into that kitchen table, unlike metalheads, where you
Yeah.
had to have the blast effect. So let's hope that we could just, stick those little rockets in there, and it's good. I think we got a new torso on this guy. I think everything else is reuse, but I think the torso looks new to me.
Yeah, I can't think of who
Yeah.
else might have that ball joint on that big of a buck.
With the collar looks a little different too. But
Right.
if anybody in the comments, but oh, look at this. That gold bull necklace makes me think he's gonna go, if yes.
Yep, that's what I think
Well,
too.
heavy duty is cooking, yeah. So that's pretty funny. And then we had this. Oh yeah, there's even better look at it. I forgot I had this picture. Really nice close up. Really cool face sculpt. I like the whole like early '90s fade kid and play.
Yep.
Kind of going back nice and smooth or whatever. So shout out to hip hop. But then look, this is the comparison that we got. I don't even know who these clowns are, but you said you knew who these guys were, I think, in the
Me,
comments.
no. Oh,
No,
comment.
or it might have been, it might have been Bobby, but he took off. And then I asked, what are we gonna do about Cobra? Cobra Island Roadblock now? Because everybody was like, that's my heavy duty. But I like the suggestion that he's just Night Force Roadblock. Like that works for me,
Yeah. I think my Night Force Roadblock is currently in the tub. Which
Right.
he's a good figure. He's better than the first Roadblock release. Like I have nothing bad to say about that figure.
It's a good figure, man. It really was like under the radar. It just didn't. Hudge twins, I guess. There you go. Hudge twins, YouTubers, former military guys. So, yeah, I mean, a little. I see a little bit of it there, but all right, Law and Order time, and we got the classic. Obviously, it was based on the global brand manager at the time, Kirk Bazigian.
Yeah, I was watching some of
mhm.
the DVD interviews from the Kickstarter, the Carson's book, and I just got into the Kirk Bozigian stuff.
Yep, on the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Yep, for 3D Joes. But yeah, anyway, yeah. What do you thinking? I think people were having an issue with Orders sculpts there. I think it's just the angle. It looks like a piece of his face or ear is missing. I think it's just the angle. I think the angles of this digital render are just bad. I think in hand, once we start seeing that photography from Matt and so forth, I think it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's that. I don't know. I like Law and Order was a big deal when we were kids. I think a lot of people have been waiting for him. I freaking love it. I love the ferocious head. I love the good boy face. I don't remember. I know we all thought or said he was a German Shepherd when we were kids, but knowing what we know now, he might be a Belgian Malinois. Like the dogs from John Wick, because of the coloring and everything. But they gave him doggles. I freaking love
doggles. So adorbs. Yeah.
And the good boy face, like the doggles with the good boy face, like I don't know. I'm stoked for
and then
this
we got this on his tank forums. I came across this from the guy Darth Brett. He said Mark Moses from Platoon. I think he was later in Desperate Housewives. Look at the that is pretty close. I like that. He did a good job hunting this down.
I could see that
on the scan. Yeah. What a picture to find. Almost identical, huh? From Platoon. So the reference is pretty close. You got different color eyes and everything like that. But
I kind of see
could be the same.
Crap, my brain is freezing on him.
Checkpoint Alpha confirmed.
Sniper. He was I gotta look him up real quick. The actor I'm thinking of. Hang on.
Cool. But yeah, I'll just say that Order's legs and paws are different than Timber's. And the fur is different than Timber's.
Tom Berenger.
Tom Berenger. Yep. He was in a lot of nasty movies in the early 90s. That guy.
Yes, he was.
And then Law is on the Outback buck. So that's Outback. I almost threw a picture in there, but just trust me. It's the same. It's the same thing. And everything here is reused minus the sculpts. But I think we have different, like I said, probably different legs and fur, but the legs could be timbers. They just seem different to me, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, everyone's got Tom Berenger. Yeah.
They do a great, I don't know. They did a great job. As I said, both these render reveals to me were better than the panel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, there was a name only, and it's the title of our show. And it took us 3 hours to get there. It happens sometimes on a toy kind of mood because we're a toy kind of mood, not a joke kind of mood. But and sorry about the being a half hour later than usual, 20 minutes later than usual. But we're here. The hunt for the mass device. What the hell is it, David? I mean, is it going to be? Is it going to be a series of waves like Cobra Island? Is it going to be Sunbow inspired, obviously, because the Mass Device? I mean, where are we going with this?
That'll be curious. If it was an exclusive, I don't know that they would have revealed it like that, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it's trying to figure out like what are the characters going to be? Is it going to be like the Cobra divers with the Baroness in a wetsuit? Is it going to be would the exclusive be the radioactive Snake Eyes? Are we going to get the blind dog sledder? Like, they've released so many of the characters. That was a series that introduced a lot of who these characters were, Destro and all that. So like,
yeah, I mean, we could get these looks now because I mean, let's face it, the Ultimate GI Joe was just, it didn't work out. They're getting a second shot with O-rings. I think because that's Hasbro's like, whew, thank God, right? We don't want to deal with this. Super 7, go ahead, right? So they've been doing the reaction for a long time, and obviously that went over. And the Ultimates, I don't want to say it bombed because I don't know, but I don't think it really was the hit they were intending with it. I just think comparing the price point, I think, look, you get a lot of stuff, but then you get like, for instance, I'm at Mattel right now. WWE Ultimate Edition figure on the left, right? You get all that stuff, $31.99, $32.99. What were these when these came out? Were they $55.99? Now I get it. Mattel versus Super 7, right? Different factories, different, overhead, pay for more material.
So like you couldn't even sit there and say, well, I want that Snake Eyes and then mix them in with your classified scale. So it was just
different scale. And then, so even if you like them and they're nice, and then, they don't have the best articulation either. You could just look at them. They're very stiff. So, but I'm thinking maybe it's their chance to go, okay, it's our turn, right? It's our turn to do these. We gave them to you first, and maybe we'll get some of the looks that are part of the whole saga of the Mass Device. Maybe the hunt for the Mass Device is a theme. But is there a chance that it's an actual Mass Device, build a figure? Like is it possible to not build a Mass Device? Is it too big? Is it possible?
They did, with the 21st anniversary, which I actually had them and sold them all, but they did those box sets, which I think it was like four or five, or maybe it was three characters, and then a piece of the Mass Device and the DVD. Yeah. But like, look, we have all three of those characters. We have a classic Destro. We have two versions of that Lady J, and we have that version of Roadblock.
Well, that's why I'm saying it could be some of the ones that we haven't gotten yet, right? So and then we haven't really gotten a classic Major Blood. We could use another Flint that was pretty classified up. So I mean, as far as what Super 7's done, these seem to be ones that would fit what they're doing with Mass Device and their looks we don't have.
Yeah.
So, and then, this is a custom, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and then,
but
just kind of giving you guys a call back to what
it's also an interesting thing that they called out Mass Device when we were just starting to get into Cobra Law, right? Like they showed Nemesis but now there's been no mention of him. And obviously we got Once a Man Cobra Commander. So
where's the momentum? Because so last year at Comic-Con there was a through line with PulseCon with the briefcase set, which was the Cobra Strike team. Am I saying that right? With the Crimson Strike team. Crimson Strike team with Chuckles. So there was a story. The story was connected. and they didn't do it this year, right? They didn't bother to do it. It was Starduster without even like the proper packaging, and then that was at PulseCon, and then Comic-Con was help me here. Once
Once
a
a
Man, I
Man.
reviewed it, obviously in my freaking hotel room. So
But
Once a Man with Cobra Law, and then where's the momentum? Why was PulseCon? We all thought it was Nemesis Immortal, right?
But based on the packaging, based on like what we've seen for the Nemesis packaging and everything,
that connected.
I think he was supposed to be the PulseCon exclusive.
Something happened at the factory,
and I think something happened. And again, it all sort of plays into the theory of like why that panel was the way that panel was.
Right. Mm-hmm. So there's comments here that they just don't want the M.A.S. device. Yeah, and it's funny because Lenny goes by Weather Dominator on Instagram, and we're getting a M.A.S. device. So it's like almost there. Yeah, radioactive Snake Eyes versus Polar Bear. Is this retro related or classified versions? We would be, yeah. That's a funky question, right?
Wait a minute.
It's
So remember that tease, that like big paw, and everybody thought maybe
oh
bear?
yeah, good call on that. Good call on that. Good call on that.
So whoever said polar bear, like 5 stars. We'll see how that one plays out.
Well, damn it! I pre-ordered that damn Mythic Legions one because I was like, oh man, that's gonna look great with Snow Job and in a diorama or images, and I'm way behind on the comments, by the way. So I don't if you see it, pop it up. Can you?
I can't.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, we had to get a whole new StreamYard, so I think only Bobby and I can do it now.
Numerous enemies. All right, there we go.
Oh, Tony and KJ can't because they got their own. What else we got?
I don't know if they'll do Fatal Fluffies. Sorry, this is reading the.
No, just read it because I can't even. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. But yeah, Blitz is right. Like Fatal Fluffies had hooves.
Don't forget the claw Easter egg. What was the claw Easter egg again?
I don't know.
It was in the claw. I thought we only saw digital renders of the claw. What was the I don't think we got official. Oh,
was it the Fang? And then Matt Cohen confirmed that he used
the Fang. That it was the retro one.
The retro Fangs to take the.
Yeah, that's what it was. So I think he meant the Fang Easter egg, right? Cool. All right, but so this is photography that we got. It was from Reddit, and then it was posted again recently on his tank. So, but they're just kind of showing you a custom M.A.S. device. This thing is massive, but they could make a smaller version. And then I think back in, like you said, the DVD battles had all these like things come with it. So I don't know how they would pack this out if they were to build a M.A.S. device, and it just doesn't have to be a massive device. It could be kind of something that big. Look, like it's possible, and it's a cool little, like, typical. In our interview, they said they'd be open to build a like, I think people wanted like the Checkpoint Alpha and all that stuff, like something small. Maybe.
Yeah, we will have to see where they go with it.
Cool. And then man, there's a lot of comments on the claw, but not the M.A.S. device. No one cares.
Everyone wants the claw.
Yeah, I see that. So all right, let's hit some questions before we get out of here. All right, here we go. Now that Mike's gone, we can post this because his buddy's Dan. I felt violated by Larson air humping anything. I don't remember that, but did he do that? Okay. 10/27 is a Sunday, but what day will 10/27 event be? I probably won't be on a Sunday.
And we'll see if they even do it this year. But going back to PulseCon in general, I think we always get more hyped up for what it is than how it always turns out. And Baldy made a good point in our chat that like that's still a normal work day for those guys. So like they have to run in, do their time, and then like run back and go back to their desks and get work done. And 10/27 is we always usually sit there and talk about how crappy and disappointing it is. So it's one of those things of like know what it is and don't get your hopes up, like your expectations too high.
Yeah. So overall, for we got one more image I want to show, and it was that diorama that they were building throughout the episode. It was Dreadnoks and City. As a photographer, you got any thoughts? All they showed was behind the scenes, and this seemed to be the only official image I saw. But do you got any thoughts on what Matt and the other guy did here?
I think it's super fun. I mean, I wish I had, there was all that stuff leading up to PulseCon showing Matt kind of behind the scenes in the studio they have, and like all the tubs with the buildings and the facades and the bits and the pieces. And it's like, I wish I had access to that. So you could just sit there and say, okay, put a building face here and a building face there, and really flesh out and build some depth. And that's what this has. It has depth, and it has like a lot of fun things. I love the mole rat with the drill going into his own head at the bottom left. And I love Pork Belly doing a freaking kickback into one
Yeah,
of the
that's awesome.
characters. Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a fun photo. It's really, they did a great job with it.
So, I mean, on the hunt for the M.A.S. device, we're pretty much have it down to that it could be a wave like Cobra Island, where it's inspired by some of those retro materials, but it would have to be on the classified banner with probably build a something. Do you think it's probably a combination of both, like getting like themed M.A.S. device, but then including some of those? It's got to be, right? It's got to be almost like a combo.
I mean, that's
one or the
kind of
other.
where my brain went with it, and I don't know if I'm excited about G.I. Joe going the build a whatever route or not, but
Yeah,
at least it's not a figure. I'm not a big fan of the build a figure. So if it's like
right.
build an item, kind of like the Indiana Jones with the ark and the table from the Last Crusade.
I always thought it would be cool for them to do Energon that way and build a transformer, because then you know what I mean. Instead of, I thought that would have been cool. It couldn't obviously be in scale because a transformer is this big, and then the Joe would be. But I think it could have been you build a smaller transformer or something. Just that's something from Energon. I always thought that would be cool. So for them to just do M.A.S. device, like you said, they have Cobra La was hot. They have Energon that was hot, and then M.A.S. device. It just seems like they're spreading themselves out maybe a little too thin with just going in all these directions, or maybe things had to be put on halt with Cobra La. Maybe there's just some designs issues where they had to call an audible, right? Those things happen in businesses. Like, we need something, we need a new theme, right? Night Force is wrapping up, or Night Force is taking too long. It's just Walmart's we're done with Python Patrol, we're done with Tiger Force. Like, what's next? Like, maybe this was the hunt for the M.A.S. device. That'd be cool. And we can do retro, but we can classify it up, and we can do, I don't know, it could just be just something they thought was rad, and a new way, bringing some new energy in that they couldn't get something done with Skybound maybe for Energon. There's a lot of paperwork that takes a while, right?
Well,
so the other companies,
I think there's a roadmap, and I think they probably want the G.I. Joe comic to be out before they start hitting that. So I think that there is tie-in if they are going to do some of these Energon universe characters. I think that's probably maybe
after the Joe comic
year.
Yeah, because Joe comic comes out next month, right?
Yeah,
I mean, or November still, or is it Joe number one, or is it?
It's
October.
October.
Okay.
But then
be, man.
Yeah. I don't know where the Joe team is with this, because obviously G.I. Joe has always been a lot of reuse, retool, and repaint, and they do a great job with it. But as my buddy said, and as we have seen all year with re-releases and repaints and retools, and this last Transformers wave being 100% repaint and retool, like they're out of money. They don't have the money for the new molds either, and maybe with Transformers it's different because some of their budget got allocated, and it's, hey, you have to do Transformers 1 stuff, and so Legacy's gonna have to like take a back burner. So that's the other.
I was just gonna say, we'll know more at New York Comic Con next month. I think that's in there. They're making that a deal, and I think that's why they're including all these brands and these things, so they can kind of hit all the stuff. We're gonna hit this pulse. It's like 10/27. We're gonna hit MCM London, right? We're gonna hit all this and give a little bit at each time and kind of build away. That's kind of where we're going. We're not getting the big, until they do the fan streams or Comic Con. We're not getting the big overall hour. Just to sum it up, what do you give GI Joe, and then what do you give PulseCon? Same question I asked Bobby for whiskeys. Now I'll give mine.
I'm gonna give GI Joe. Listen, I love Lenny. I love Tony. I like BMAC a lot. I think once he gets in, finds his groove in there, they're going to be a really good, solid team. My
Yeah, I
score
think
is no disrespect to them, as I've made my feelings about why I think what
Disclaimer.
happened. But I'm going to give them one whiskey.
Woo! GI Joe Classic. But even though, you know, we just went through, let's be fair, we went through the pre-orders, we went through the renders, and you seem to, I mean, that looked like 6 for 6 for you though on the product. How could it be one? One is like, if you don't like,
Because it
one
was
is a harsh.
so the renders don't count because they came after the fact. Right?
I'm including it because they were part of it that they missed it. So it was intended to be part of it. And we did get it like an hour
so
later.
they get dinged for missing.
Well, they get a knock for missing it, but do they still, it's not like they never gave it to us. They gave it to us late. So
I'm
than
doing
never.
a separate. To me, the renders are 5 out of 5 whiskeys, but the panel is
PulseCon. But you like the pre-orders.
I do, but we'd already seen them. We knew they were coming, right?
So it just has to be all about buzz news. You don't. I mean, it's nice they each 4 of the characters they gave us like a deep dive. Like they explained, Lenny did explain all that information that we had in each character, like the inspiration for each
2 whiskeys.
I'm just, am I trying to manipulate your score? Maybe, but I'm trying to be fairness. It's like 1 is like to me, a 1 out of 5 in anything is just a total nightmare disaster.
Okay.
Right.
2.
Like,
I just don't think it was for whatever reason, what if it's reasons that if I was close to hitting the nail with the reasons I gave or something else or whatever, it was not produced well. And for the leading segment on what's supposed to be the hottest brand, I think that, you know, sometimes the rock stars miss their moment, and I think that this was one of those times.
Well, rock stars, how do they get so good? They practice and they rehearse. That they didn't do it right here. I think Blitz says, and I guess they did rehearse according to people. Like they all rehearsed, they all had rehearsal, but I don't know. A lot of that was so last minute, and some of it was funny. I mean, I like when Tony was playing the Wrath of Cobra game, which was entertaining, right? To see them, even though you couldn't even see what they were playing, it was entertaining because they were like, forget toys. Like it was kind of like funny in a bad way. And Tony was saying to Dan, like, you're lucky this isn't Versus or something. Like it's not, because he whooped my ass in Street Fighter at Comic-Con at a bar. So I always make comments with Tony in the video games, and he was like, it's a co-op game. So I like how he had some banter there. That was real good. Lenny breaking down the figures is always good, but yeah, it just wasn't produced greatly. And definitely look at, you got a buddy on your side here. 2 whiskeys. Stop being a shill. The con was a shit show and a huge miss. Well, it was. What did I give? I gave Marvel Legend 3.25 and I enjoyed it. I gave Star Wars 3.75. So I gave lower scores than the other people. Right here, Toy Browning, I think a 1 is on the level they need to be fired, right? That's not,
nobody needs to be fired.
About, no, not even, I mean, no. I mean,
maybe the Marvel team for that really cringy secret handshake. Maybe they need to be fired. But other than that,
we missed you on that. So here's the thing. I actually downloaded the YouTube video. I sent it to myself, but then I got too busy at Toy Fair to I was going to edit that handshake in the beginning of the video and put it in there. That was for you, Spec, but I didn't have a chance. Look, I pre-ordered, 6 Marvel Legends. It was a good panel. Star Wars, I got 3. I'll eventually probably get the other 3. I got all 4 here. Gonna get the 2. I'm all in on Joe, but I really like the pre-orders. I think the wave was strong, right? The digital renders were strong. Got great reception. Once they got them out there on the internet, everybody seemed heavy duty. People were blown away by it. With it, and the people that don't like it just never cared for the character. And then Law and Order, even though it's a lot of reuse, people liked it. And other than some of the dog stuff, but I think overall they liked it. I thought it was just weak because it was too short. Again, it's the same. My same issue I have with all of it is
3 hours from 2 days. We had 2 days of PulseCon last year, and it's 2 days. Baldy was here earlier in the comments and said that it's getting phased out, might be getting phased out because Comic-Con's a big deal now. Toys were a big deal at Comic-Con. You know, other than Marvel, what was there to talk about at Comic-Con? There's not a whole lot of, there's some AMC stuff and some Amazon Prime stuff, right? Like Lord of the Rings and The Boys and stuff, but there's not a lot of Hollywood at Comic-Con. Felt like toys was like a big deal at Comic-Con. So I think now they see that as maybe their PulseCon. So I don't know where's the future of PulseCon, Dave? Where are we going with this?
I mean, it could be fun if they chose to put the time, effort, and money into making it fun. But I think, as we've seen right now, is Hasbro is freaked out about earning ratings and whatever else, and they don't want to spend money. And this whole thing felt rushed. It felt rushed last year too. Like, I don't, you know, and they do, like, I know Magic the Gathering is their top earner, but that doesn't need to be part of PulseCon, and neither does Dungeons and Dragons, and neither, like, this is for their mainline toy brands, in my opinion. Even though,
no, you're with me. That's why we didn't cover the stuff. You know, we touched up on it a little bit, but that's about it. But we didn't, you know, so it wasn't a segment. We went deeper on the toy lines than they did. We went 3 hours, and we're at 3 hours and 20 minutes. And we talked about other toys too for the first like half hour, whatever. We went deeper on PulseCon than they did. And Dave, thanks for joining us late, hanging out with me later.
Thanks.
And shout out to Bobby. Go check out Geeks Have Games. Subscribe, give him a shout. Even if you're not into TV shows and podcasts, he's a good dude, man. Even if you're not a fantasy football, just say what's up to him. Say he's a big part of what we do at A Toy Kind of Mood. He's going to be here with Brutal Realm next week with Tony's Figs. Friday, Tony's Figs is with Genghis, a special Friday night edition of Welcome to the Terradrome with Shark Eye Toy. So down under, we spotlighted Adam in his stuff with the Night Force review. Shout out to everybody in the classified community and whatever. So look, I have a couple more comments here. Everyone check out that half Laurel and Hardy Kickstarter. You get
the 1/12. It's cool. It's very cool.
1/12, sorry.
There's a color version, and then there's a black and white box set. You know, if money in space were flowing like wine, I'd probably cop it. I remember watching Laurel and Hardy as a kid.
Ritz Murphy, the listings on Walmart for the Wave, and I think that was the one that was Zandar, the one we covered, Zandar, and this is February, not October. So Hasbro playing it real safe there. Stanley, does ATKM have a BBTS code? So funny thing, BBTS rolled in through Mattel, and I was gonna give him the business, but then I saw Bill Murphy, and him and I had to talk. So we're gonna talk about trying to get Bill, obviously, Fresh Monkey Fiction. He was on the show. Great podcast, great guy. We're going to talk and see what's up with BBTS. Hopefully, we can start being included because I think their restrictions are too high. You see an Operation Monster Force get reviewed by everyone but the military toy community. I haven't spoke about this yet on the show. I've been kind of cool about it. Not in the chat rooms. I've been a little hot about it. And shout out to the people who reviewed it. Robo, MCU Collector, Unparalleled Universe, some buddies of ours that we've had on the show. Great guys, great reviewers. They've been around a long time. They kill it every time. But this is Operation Monster Force. A lot of what Fresh Monkey Fiction does is our community, our audience. Bees Battlegrounds community, right? Full Forces community. Punk with Toys, certainly, right? He's at the top. There's a lot of toy connections. A lot of us we're like COVID channels, right? We came out 2019, 2020. We haven't been around a long time to get 20,000 subscribers. I mean, the way we're going, it's not going to take us that long, but it's going to take us, it's a long, unless you're paying for it, it'll take a long time. And BBTS wants you to have 20,000 subscribers to get on their influencer program. To me, it's about engagement, right? I think our engagement is incredible. You know what I mean? As far as for the amount of subscribers that we have, I think we do really well, especially, if we specialize with a G.I. Joe centric stream, or if our review videos, certain stuff, and it's really good. So I think they need to see
things deeper, and I hope BBTS does that. And I totally get it, right? You got Rockstar YouTubers, you're gonna give them the stuff, but I think it would have been awesome for us. I don't even want the figures free. I just want them to review. I even was like, hey, I'll pay for my pre-orders. They're like, oh, well, they're already blah, blah. I tried to get those early reviews of Operation Monster Force because I'm not going to be around when they ship. I'm going to be in Texas on work stuff. So hopefully things change and we get codes with BBTS, and it's going to be a little bit of work in progress, but we're trying to change some of the stuff there where new emerging channels like ours and the buddies of mine I mentioned, there's other great channels out there that are newer, that are kicking ass in the military toy community. Hopefully some of us can get part of that love. I don't need all 8 figures for free to do it. It would have been nice to get one. It would have been nice, maybe with an army builder, it would have been nice to get anything, or just our pre-order shipped early or something, just something to help out the community and make these decisions on these pre-orders, you know? So that was part of that. What other comments we got here? Oh, thank you. Yeah, off topic. Travis is in high. So I actually stood on the show. So I stood in for another actor. I want you to support it because I was a crew member on the show. I'm not on camera on this. I've acted before, but I was a crew member standing in for another actor. But it was on at 2 a.m. for Hulu. I only have Hulu, so I'm gonna have to watch it tomorrow or something like that on the weekend. But shout out to you for pointing that out. What else we got? We had a bunch of comments at the end. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So yeah, their money went to Comic-Con. Oh yeah, you had a funny comment about the neon dildo launchers. Okay, there you go. Monsters. Okay, yeah, I don't. So some of the stuff that's indie stuff. I mean, if you guys really want it, and I hear enough people, I know Unparalleled Universe had David Ego, but what's up, Spec?
Well, I was just going to say that Monsters. I guess it's friends of the Mythic Legion, the Four Horsemen guys.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yep. Hey, Comic-Con is not as exciting. It's leftovers. 100%. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys still hanging around, saying thank you. But you know what, guys? I gotta work tomorrow. I got a long day, and I'm sure David, it's late even for us on the West Coast. But yeah, man. For hey, shout out to Mike Kaess. You know, actually, I can't do this. I can't do this without doing this. So we gotta spotlight that guy for just being awesome. Like if I ask him, hey, you want to come hang out? He hangs out. So let's get him some love right now. Here we go. All right, we got it. Yeah, we got it. Cool. Go follow Mike Kaess. The dude's awesome, especially if you follow Black Series, because he's in the Black Series Cantina. Probably the most. Yeah, it is the most popular. But he does cover GI Joe, and he did. Look at that Jada review. 5K on his. He just for an hour just covering all the Jada toys. So. Even though he's a Star Wars guy, he's another guy with great engagement, right? He covers Star Wars. He does a Jada toy, 5K. Can he get a BBTS Operation Monster Force? No, because he has 18,000. See how ridiculous this is? This guy's been around forever. Every video is in the thousands. Mike's a rock star, superstar. Go follow him on social media at Mike Kaess, and then on Instagram and X and that. And then where can they find you, Spec? On Instagram.
Toy Optics on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, it shows it under my name when we're on the sidebar or whatever. But yeah, I was able to take a bunch of new photos that I put up over the last couple weeks, and I've been working on some diorama bits this week, which was nice because I haven't done that in a really, really long time. And so then hopefully I'll get a chance to do more shots.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. So for Mike, Bobby, KJ, Tony, Baldy, Spec, it's your boy Trav Moody. We're out. Peace.
Night, guys.
Where's this damn thing? Here we go.